am I finally live? I think I'm live. If you can hear me, give me a 1, but I may cut out just as quick. I've had internet issues. Apparently, I'm having or had internet problems, so if you can hear me, hit that 1. Oh boy. Can anybody hear me? Test 1, 2. Test. Is my mic not working? Test. No, I think my mic's working. Maybe I gotta refresh this. Oh, okay. That's what it was. Had to refresh. Okay. Had to refresh the chat box. All right. Looks like we are working. Okay. Well, it's been quite the morning. Had a doctor's appointment. You can see had some blood drawn. There we go. Blood drawn. Then when I got home, had internet issues, apparently. So again, if I just cut out, give me a few minutes and hopefully I'll be back. But yeah. So it's been quite the not normal morning here, and I figure we'll probably go till close on this one. So we'll do a power hour together and see how that turns out. Tell them to leave you some blood. I think they left me enough. But good to see everybody. Hopefully everybody is having a good morning. I have not made any trades yet. This is basically my first time looking at the markets. I suppose I glanced a little bit this morning before leaving. Again, I had a doctor's appointment. So haven't made any trades. Didn't really look at the markets much. And we'll see if I can get something. How is everybody's days going, though? Has it been a good day? I guess I can go back and look. Ooh, a little tricky, huh? Ooh, yikes. I can see this getting people, bringing them into the bearish mindset only to have a V-shape right on them. Maybe it's a good thing I was not around this morning. maybe that was one of those doctor's appointments that was actually net positive. Yeah, that's kind of rough. Because if I think through it, opening 2 minutes, acted like it wanted to be strong, came down, consolidated, and then that candle right there, okay, it looks like it does want to be weak. And then at one point, it was price being all the way down there before V-shaping back up. Did that get anybody? Nero blew up my on this movement right here. I can see people getting smacked around quite a bit. Hopefully, within a prop firm. Because yeah, that's tricky action right there. There's no doubt about that. That is definitely very tricky. But if you avoided all that, then I will say you had. And granted, I am totally hindsight trading here. But then you had a nice little trend line right there. So I could see anybody that bought that trend line, those people are having, I would assume, a very, very nice day right now. Man, Sam, dude, I already said like 10 times why I'm late. Were you not here for that? Do I need to say it for the 5th time within the first 4 minutes of the live stream? I swear, some of you just show up. You show up, you put on the earmuffs, you don't listen, and then you just take them off real quick and say something, then you put them back on. Again, I had a doctor's appointment this morning. Thank you, Kevin. At least Kevin. At least there's one person here that has been listening. So yes, I had a doctor's appointment. Then I had some internet issues, which is why I think I was technically late. I said 12:15. I think I was a little late after that, but that is because of friendly reminder. If you've been here before and you know you're going to enjoy, hit that like button. If you've never been here before and you're new, welcome. It's great to have you. Don't hit the like button. I totally understand. You have no idea if you're going to like. But if you've been here before... All right, I'm pretty sure Henrix is just trolling at this point. If he is not trolling, he's getting banned. For sure. Hey, good morning, Sam. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Hendricks is, because I see a message earlier up in the chat, so I think he's just doing that to be funny. And Travis, or wait, are you the same Travis that said the message earlier? Yes, Travis, I am getting your messages now. So I don't know if you changed screen names or not, but I am getting them. No, not one of those type of doctor's appointments. An appointment for me. All right. Good, Travis. Yeah, so I'm not sure what was going on with your old name. I didn't do anything that I'm aware of. I suppose in theory maybe I clicked the wrong button, but I don't think I did. Clay, can you please explain with us colors to the right of the charts? Well, there's a lot of colors to the right of the charts. Which ones are you talking about? This over here? Sometimes people are asking about that part right there. What exactly are you talking about? The volume. Oh, this over here is this even? Yeah, all right. This over here is just called the DOM, the depth of market, DOM. I don't use it. I just put it on here because I know some people, do enjoy watching it and use it. So I keep it on there for their sake. I got to be very careful because it is afternoon trading. I have not made any trades. It's a Monday, meaning I haven't made any trades for the past 2 days. So I'm just itching to make a trade. This is a recipe to throw myself into a trade that I really should not be in. I got to be very extra careful here. At least if the doctor's appointment was on like even Tuesday, then I wouldn't feel so antsy because, well, I made some trades on Monday. I already got some trades. But for it to be on a Monday, yeah, I haven't, and I didn't trade it all last night or anything. Super Batong. You should be trading futures now. If I remember you were here from Saturday. Why are you not trading futures yet? Hey, Rain, or whatever. I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name. Good to see you. I remember you from Friday, if I remember right. I gotta be very, very careful. All right, so looking like not the most. See if I can get short right here. No, what am I doing? What am I doing? 5 minute. If anything, I should be thinking along. Let me bring over the 5 minute. Very nice consolidation here, back and forth. Wow, really just chopping for the past quite a bit, huh? Nonetheless, though, sideways consolidation right at the purple line there, 50 period simple moving average. So to be getting short right here, if anything, I need to wait for the price to get up a little bit higher towards, kind of the top of the range up around there. So yeah, it's like I said, for context, I know a lot of people are just getting logged on. I had a doctor's appointment today. Then I had a couple internet issues. But given it's been the weekend and now I missed the morning session, I'm very, I'm itching for a trade. So that's what I'm kind of trying to guard myself against right now. Do you trade lunch hour? No, usually I trade the first 90 minutes. If that. Usually I'm ideally done way before 90 minutes, but then live streaming has turned me into an afternoon trader, which I've never been good at. That's why I always size down. But because of my doctor's appointment today, I missed the morning session, so I have 0 trades. And it's a Monday, which means I haven't made any trades for the past couple of days. So all those stars are aligning, making me very antsy right now. Clay, better to sit on your hands until you see an A+ as opposed to being in a bad trade. It's hard to argue against that logic. That's a good bit of wisdom there. 5 minute trend line looking juicy. Ooh, yeah, okay. Yeah. All right. I see what you're cooking, Judd. I'm not going to do it in the 5 minute, but pretty. Oh yeah, that's what that. Okay. Now we're cooking. Yeah, let's keep an eye on that one. Thank you, Judd. That is looking pretty spicy. I would be interested to play a break of that just to get my feet wet. So yes, thank you. Good looking out there. That is a nice looking setup right there. Did your strategy propose anything this morning? I don't know. I haven't really looked at this morning too much. I rushed home. I rushed to try to get the live stream going. Then I had internet issues. And then... So no, I don't know. All I looked at this morning was I can see how people got fooled. This morning was very, very tricky. So if anybody, like I was saying earlier, I can totally see how you would have gotten in a bearish mindset to just have this thing V-shape and kick you in the face. Even right there. Tricky candles right there to act like it wanted to roll over. Then to just have it go to new highs. I mean, probably a good thing that I had the doctor's appointment. I think that I would have probably had a red morning. I think there's a very good chance I would have had a red morning. Now, of course, in hindsight, I'd like to sit there and be like, yeah, but then I would have taken this trend line break right there where it broke and then just made a big move, and that would have redeemed myself. Yeah, that's probably me maybe cherry picking some things. But yes, if I'm being as brutally honest with myself as possible, I think it was a good thing that I had a doctor's appointment this morning, because this morning action looks quite like the tricky dynamic. So like I was saying to people earlier, if you find yourself in the red, or find yourself, in the prop firm world, if you lost a couple accounts because of this sort of stuff, I can see it. I understand why. Some very illogical things happen according to what the normal candlestick conditions would suggest would have happened. Like I said, even especially that movement right there, that's brutal. Those three candles, then to get that green candle, which then went up to highs right there. That's rough. That is rough. So yes, right now I am, thanks to Judd in the chat room here, Cousin Judd. Thanks to Cousin Judd. Thinking about maybe trying to play a breakout right there. I'm almost wondering, maybe I'm wondering if I should just get another account going. Because I don't know if this is really the account I want to be trading on, and with how I'm feeling. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get, let's see, yes. Because this account is within less than $1,000 of passing, which would be great. Maybe I just get for the live stream here and for my mental right now, just get another account, which is a great part of of prop firms. So I'm doing around here. If you're not familiar, we do Pam's Plant. What do I think about Plug this morning? I don't have any thoughts on Plug right now. Why? Curious. Why are you day trading Plug? Are you swing trading Plug? What are you doing with Plug? But as a context sake, I am doing futures, day trading futures through a prop firm. And the great thing about futures is an example of that where I'm at right now is I had a doctor's appointment. It's a Monday. I have not traded all weekend long. And I missed the morning session, which is where I normally trade. But right now, I am feeling very antsy. Like, I want to make a trade. I've not made a trade. Yet this is also where we as traders can get ourselves in quite a bit of danger. Whereas with a prop firm at least provides insulation. Because even if I were to hop into a trade and then just get absolutely obliterated, the ultimate risk. So if you're in my shoes right now, and you were like, yeah, I just had the doctor's appointment. It's Monday. I'm antsy. How can I wisely go about this? Well, if you were to do that, and because right now, like I said, and you were to do a 50K account, and you just all of a sudden you got just smoked, or you did something really stupid because you were feeling I am right now very antsy. There's a high risk of over trading or forcing a trade. Well, the ultimate risk in that situation would be $119. So as opposed to, now sure, in order for that to happen, you'd lose $2,000 within your prop account, but it'd only actually be $119 out of your pocket. So that's no trade. Yes, 100%. So as I've been saying, let me log out of this real quick. See if my new account is in there yet. Let me bring this off screen because I don't want anybody getting my password. Let's see if that new account's ready. Hopefully I can get it ready before the breakout occurs, if it occurs. Okay, let's make sure that we got it where it needs to be. Okay, do I have it? I do. Is that 55? All right, there we go. There we go. All right. Okay. So if this goes terribly wrong today, that's okay. It's it's an account that if it dies, it dies. But yes. So this is a huge benefit of why I like prop firms, because you can find yourself in these situations where and there is still the component. I will be the first to admit there is the business component. Some of you have said, which is good advice. Yeah, play Clay, but no traded is still a trade, and in many situations, no trade is actually a good trade. I agree, but there is the business component to all of this. Of yeah, you want to see some live trades on the stream. And I want to give you some live trades. But yes, strictly speaking, if there is no business component to any of this, you're right. No trading is just sometimes would be the way better thing. But there is a business component to all of this too. So that is where I will play this breakout here. In fact, let me just set my buy right there. Let's see if it can clear the trend line and clear right here. So here we go. Chris, well done picking up the movie reference there. What time in the morning do I start trading? I like just the 9:30 a.m. open. So we'll see if it does want to come up through the trend line, and then on the 5-minute more so come out of this basically sideways range. Okay, approaching. That green line is my entry point. So let's see if it wants. Okay, I'm in. Let's see if we can get some movement. Hey, morning, Kyle. Like I was just explaining, this is with a fresh account that if it dies, it dies. But it allows me to accomplish two things. Number one, I'm feeling very antsy as a trader, so it allows me to put some trades on in a very risk-controlled way. But reason number two, as I was just explaining also from the business side of things, I know you guys have told me, you have communicated me. You guys like seeing live trades. Fair enough. So I want to make some live trades. So right here, we have a live trade on. In at that blue line. Trying to see. We got the breakout. Now it's just a question of, is this breakout going to give us any sort of follow through? So that'll be my first price target. I have 5 MNQ, so I'm just going, relatively modest. We'll try to take that first price target up there at the red line. Just one contract out of 5, so I'll still have 4 at that point. But yeah, let's see if this thing wants to get some follow through. So there we go. Business step number 1 has been taken care of. We have a live trade in motion on the live stream, so that's good. Now the next step would be please work out so I look smart. That'd be good. That'd be good. I'd appreciate it. I do realize I could be scalping out right here on the scalp, and maybe I should do that just to get a green under my belt. But I like the trend line, so I think there's some potential here. But yes, this red line here is my opening. Guess I'll put a cup out there just in case there's a spike. But yeah, maybe I'm getting a little greedy here from just a trader psychology standpoint. Maybe I should just be scalping out everything right here because I had a green trade. It's always nice to start off with a green trade just from a kind of a mental psychology standpoint. But we'll let it work out because I do like the trend line breaker. I think this is an interesting pattern. I do think it's got some potential here, but hindsight will be our judge on whether or not I should have given this thing a chance or if I should have just taken the profits kind of while I had them there. So right now, a little bummed, but we'll give it a chance. Like I said, it did actually get up through. Hey, good morning, Team Comeback. Hey, Paul, good morning. Labradabra, good to see you. Again, that first red line is profit target number 1. You can see the size that I'm trying to lock in. The ones there represent just one contract at each of those levels. I have 5, which you can see down there, for those of you not familiar with my screen. Come on, a little bit more of a push. There we go. Very good. So I do want to make this a winning trade. So I'll put my stop down. Whoops, no, I want 4. I'll put my stop down there. So if I get stopped out, it'll be a very modest green trade because I will have given back quite a bit of the gains. But like I said, I'm trying to give this thing some room. But I do want to ensure this is now a green trade. So this is my next profit target up there. Throw out another one out there. So I'll sell one more there, sell one more there. I still have 4, which my stop is down here. Now notice this red line here is above the blue, which is good because the blue line is my entry. So even my stop now is slightly in the green. So it will be a green trade, but hopefully I don't, hopefully this movement continues, but I want to give it a chance. To keep on moving. Come on. Let's see if I can get my second profit target hit. And I did. Very good. So let's change my stop down here now. I'm going to actually move it up slightly below the high of that candle right there. So now even my stop is a little bit higher, which is good. But if this turns out to be a little bit of an area of support, I want to be slightly below that potential, pullback and back test and go point. But I am in a very stress-free spot now because I have zero concerns of if I'm going to make money. My only stress right now is how much money am I going to make. And that's the best spot to be in as a trader, right? That's what we call the sweet spot of trading. When you can look at a trade and say, my only stress right now is how much money am I going to make? Because right now, I have no idea how high is this going to go. I have no idea. So therefore, I have no idea how much money I'm going to make. Like I said, that is a good spot to be in. So next target, like I said, is up here at that red line. And then the final 2, I'm just going to trail up. I'm not going to scale any more out, and we'll just see how far. Now, I'm talking as though I'm going to get filled there. Let's first see if I can get filled at this second red line. Come on, a little bit more, brother. 5 minutes looking great. 5 minute has come out of the range right there. I don't see why it won't hit that red line, but there's no guarantees. No guarantees, but yeah, like I said, we're in clear blue sky little territory right now up into that point, so I'd be a little surprised if we didn't hit it, but that's kind of how the market goes sometimes. Just needs to push up a little bit more. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's easy for me to just sit back because I know it's a green trade. I just don't know how big of a green trade it will be. And that's what I encourage every trader to always try to get yourself into the sweet spot. The sweet spot being your only stress is how much money am I going to make? Because, yeah, you don't know how far the price can go in your direction. I'm going to get a little bit more greedier with this one. Put it up there. Why not? I am going to also adjust my stop some more up to right there to below that low. So now, even if I get stopped out, you're noticing my stop gets higher and higher from where I was. So even from that angle, things are feeling better and better as time goes by. I'll keep moving up that stop too. Blue line was my entry. So like I said, I'm now well above even that. Getting a little greedy with this one, putting it up higher, but like I said, I just moved up my stop loss too, so that kind of compensates for it also. Even if we get close and it doesn't fill, so if this gets close up here, I'm going to move my stop to the low of the candle right now, but that first what needs to happen is the price needs to get up to near that level, and it's not quite doing it right here. But we'll just keep watching, giving it a chance. Hey, if you enjoy these, hit that like button. If you're enjoying the live trade, if you're enjoying me commentating it kind of each step of the way, I always look forward to your feedback. So if you find that stuff helpful, and if you want me to do that in future live trades, like I said, a very practical, simple way for you to communicate that to me is to hit that like button. And looking like I might get stopped out here. We'll see if I can survive the pullback. All right, apparently that's not too popular because I got all of 2 likes. So maybe I'm talking too much. Is that the message I should take away from that? Is that, actually, no, Clay, just keep your mouth shut while you're in the trade. We don't really care your logic. Because I had a whopping, just a few likes go up, which is fine. Again, that's why I asked for feedback so I can know. But right now, I'm walking away thinking that maybe I should just keep my mouth shut. So again, but if you do enjoy the commentary, oh, okay, likes seem to just have been delayed because now it's at 50. Okay, all right. Okay, good to know. I'll take that more so that people are enjoying. But hey, Mike, how you doing? Trying to survive this pullback here. As of now, my stop loss looks like a pretty smart spot because I did survive. Will I continue to survive? That's the... Frank? Don't even go there. I've already told everybody why I was late today about 38 different times. Yeah, Stormy, you were here before pumping that stuff. Nobody here trades that garbage. Like, you're not going to fool anybody here. The crowd on these live streams are very intelligent. Let me ask you this, Stormy. Why are you wasting your time on stocks like that? Are you aware there's way better things to trade than NCNA? Like, truly, NCNA is utter garbage compared to other things that you could be using your time with. Namely, futures. Futures make pennies. Now, the category of day trading, but day trading futures make day trading penny stocks look like an absolute joke. Are you still a major scalper? I don't know. Define major scalper for me, and I'll be able to better answer that question. Used to watch me back in the day. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you mean by major scalper. Stormy. Okay, Stormy, you're interacting now. Why are you trading stocks like that? Is it a situation where you don't have a whole lot of capital? All right, I'm not feeling so good about this. I guess I could still survive this pullback, but I don't know if I will. That's funny. I guess I survived it. Come on, push up for me. Now I'm almost thinking I should move up this slower order that much more. King Owala. Who are these people? Unbelievable. Hopefully the scam's not moving in Discord right now with fake names. So on that note, as an FYI, I will never reach out to you on Discord, on social media, or anything like that. I don't reach out to people. So if quote unquote I reach out to you and I start to tell you I can make you like 10% per day or 10% per week, says you should take profit, meh, maybe. But what do I got to worry about? I'm in the green. I'm in the green. I'm just going to give it a chance. Yeah, and maybe this fails to the downside. Totally possible, but hey. And even if the odds are like, no, Clay, you have like a 30% chance that it doesn't go, or that it's going to go up. Well, I'll take a 30% chance. I'm in the green. I'll let it roll. I would love to see that too, LMD. I agree. I like that attitude. Would love to see the green candle blow past the screen. Absolutely. In fact, I've waited through. I need to get paid. I've been patient. I'm going to pay myself a little bit more. I want to get paid. I deserve it at this point. I've waited through it all. So let's see if I can get paid. If I don't, oh well, but I just sat through all that. Let's see if we can make it up. And I'm watching these highs over here, so I'm still not even above these highs. So even if it goes and gets rejected by that high, I'm still able to get filled right there. So yeah, I'm getting a little bit greedier and greedier, but like I said, I'm in the green, and at this point, yep, it's worth it to me to now just, no, you know what? I've waited. Let's just wait. I was going to move my stop up to right there, but I could see myself getting cheap shotted out, and then it goes up. So we're going to just... Have you ever thought about moving platforms like to watch the chart on? No, I think I liked watching the chart on this one. I'm not a huge fan of trading view charts. I know that's, some people are gasping right now. What? You don't like trading view charts? No, I mean, they're fine. They're fine. Don't get me wrong. But I think these are just fine for watching the futures. See if this... All right, I'm going to sell one here. So locked in another one. A respected member said I should lock in some profit, so I'm going to listen to him. But I swear, Mark, if this thing keeps booming, I'm going to be like, why did I do that, Mark? But I listen. I'll lock in a little bit more. Rob, likewise, mate. Do you still join and track? Oh, journal. I'm sorry. No, not a whole lot, Edwin. At this point, I'm going to move my stop up here, just below this low. If it comes back down, oh well. But I could see this thing. You're motivating me. Where do I throw my $5? What do you mean your $5? You mean that's all you have to trade is $5? By the way, Judd, thanks for the tread line. This was totally... See, this is... This is the good thing about when you have a training program is people that go through your training program, you get to know them and they go through your mentorship and you're like, okay, when that person speaks, I'm going to consider what they have to say because I know where they learned. I know where they got trained. Judd was like, hey, dude, hey, Bozo, there's kind of like a really good tread line there right now. And I was like, is there? Oh, there it is. So this is straight up from Judd. Like I take no credit from this trade. This trade was alerted to me via a student of my mentorship program who's a very good trader now. So yes, I don't take any credit for this trade here. I mean, shame on me for not even being aware of the trend line. But that's the power of surrounding yourself with quality traders. Sometimes you just miss stuff. And you really start to miss stuff when you're on a live stream and trying to talk and kind of be funny, but also analyze, but also be entertaining. It can get a little hard. Come on, just push up there. Stop dilly-dallying and go. Stormy, why are you trading NCNA? Answer that question. Why are you wasting your time with stuff like that? You realize that day trading futures makes those penny stocks look like paint drying garbage. Easy, glad to see you're still around. I am. You still didn't answer my question though, Easy. You asked about $5. What are you saying with $5? I agree, Big Daddy Pump. Go, go, go. Come on, pump it up, Big Daddy. Is plus 500 reliable? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm in the United States, so I just use United States brokers. But if I understand right, plus 500 is kind of more for the international scene. So I can't say I have a whole lot of experience with that. When I put my stop loss even less close than close, it gets picked up every... No, it doesn't. It doesn't get picked up every single time. That's a confirmation bias. The times where it doesn't get picked up, you just forget about it because it doesn't confirm your bias that it gets picked up every single time. Big Daddy's doing his job. He's here. He's pumping. He said, go, 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 and it's going. Big Daddy Pump, I like you. The market seems to listen to you. Let's go. Come on. Keep saying it, Big Daddy Pump. We need some more. Tell it. Type it again. Why did I take profits, Mark? What? Last time I listened to Mark. Unbelievable. Mark! You owe me money, Mark. What in the world? Mark's like, you better take profits here. Look at Big Daddy Pump go. Put my stop right there now. Unbelievable. I should... That's what I get. That's what I get for doubting myself because somebody's like, I take profits here. Unbelievable. What a clown I am. The blind leading the blind, apparently. That's what I get. That's what I get. Yeah, Big Daddy Pump, man. The market listens to him. He only charges 5% fees. Well, I don't have any profit targets anymore because I'm only down to one more contract. Put my stop right there. And I am out there. Very, very nice opening trade. Again, very small size. Bought the trend line. Went up. So, hey, that's a good I'll take that as a first trade for feeling very antsy on things. Now, granted, I wish I would have done 5 NQs. But, yeah. Wanted to thank you. Watching your lives is teaching me a win is a win, no matter if it is. Well, cheers, Ray. Thanks for watching. Yeah, happy with how that turned out. Just not happy I listened to the guy who was like, you better take profits. Or the 1K chart suggests you better take profits. I'm just giving him a hard time. I can see why I thought that, and it was valid. It was valid. I'm just busting his chops because he's also a member student of the mentorship. So I can't not give him a hard time when he told me to take profits, and I did. But no, I see what he did, why he's thought that, and but yeah, I'm glad I did move up that profit target there. But again, this was I take zero credit for this one. This was straight up one of the students of my mentorship program pointed this one out to me. Do you trail your stop based off of feeling? Nope. Off of logic. Off of logic, good sir. Clay, the candle blew past the screen. It did, yeah. I got a shout out to Big Daddy Pump. He said go, 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 and the market started to go. Problem is now I got only 5%. How do you turn trades from guesses and gambling to an educated guess? Well, that's basically learning how to Josh, fantastic question. But I'm going to answer it in a way that doesn't really help you by learning how to trade. Because that's literally what learning how to trade is. Learning, quote unquote, how to trade is where you do this. Where you turn trades from guessing and gambling to an educated guess. So yes, Josh, when you have, when you hear people say, hey man, you got to learn how to trade, that's what they mean. They mean how to stop guessing and gambling to from a gambling guess to an educated guess. That is what learning how to trade actually means. How do you have your stop set up? Is it a limit? I don't have my I'm out. I'm out of this trade now. That's why that's no longer fluctuating. But how do I set my stop? So if I bought right here, buy, and I want my stop, it would just be a sell stop market order. So right there. So that would be I don't know how to answer that. I should probably get this out of there. That's somewhat close. Beautiful trade if that was your setup. Well, yeah. It was a setup I like to take. I shamefully didn't even notice it. It took one of my trusted members to point it out to me. My only regret is why did I do the MNQs? Why didn't I do the NQs? Now, I did do it right. I should have done the MNQs. That was the right move. But yes, the hindsight voice does show up saying, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Stormy, why are you not answering my question? Are you gone? Why are you wasting your time with NCNA? Why? Okay, so Stormy, take a look at this nice chart. This is a 2-minute time frame. And let's look at what you're doing at the exact same time of the day. You're looking at, okay, so let's first go to 2-minute. What am I? Oh, I'm blind. Okay, let's go to the 2-minute. NCNA. Whoops. Yeah, nice move right now, but still, so much unnecessary risk, unnecessary capital. Because I mean, how much money? Let me ask you this, people: how many shares do you think you need to have in order to make worthwhile money from a stock trading down below here? Yeah, but why? Are you not aware? No, profit is not profit. You're generating very inefficient, very risky profit. There are better ways to go about it. I don't. Okay. All right. I might be looking for a pullback here now. Buy the pullback. And this is an account that I showed up just. I mean, I created just for literally this live stream. So if I get a little, if I start to dance a little bit with risk, I'll let you know. Let's see how this forms. Maybe I'll look to try to take a now. I guess now. The previous one was a long. Take another long. Let's see how this consolidates out. Stormy, do you have over $25,000 in your account where you don't have to worry about the PDT rule? Or is that kind of why you're trading penny stocks? Because you're trying to grow that money so that you can get it over the 25,000, so that then you can day trade the penny stocks and just stocks as much as you want. Where are you at in that journey, Stormy? When I got started, that's where I was at. I found myself in penny stocks because I did not have 25,000, so I fell under the pattern day trader rule. So I had to try to grow that money with those sorts of stocks. So you went from penny stocks years ago to micro futures. Well, not just to futures. I trade minis too. But yes, I was told easy, which proved to be true, that if you survive long enough as a day trader, you will eventually be a day trader of futures. And I now officially get it, because futures are just better than everything else out there. The way they move and everything. And everybody here has, since I started the live stream, everybody has echoed that too. Anybody that has been open enough to be like, you know what, maybe this guy, maybe what he's saying is worth a try. Let me go day trade some futures. Everybody's come back and said, oh yeah, futures is way better. It's mostly been stock and options day traders that went and try futures. I think there's more stock and options traders out there. We've had a couple crypto people. And yeah, I don't think a whole lot of people trade Forex anymore. That's more so kind of foreign people, like to, just because they're isolated. Okay, yeah, this is what I was looking for. Maybe I don't like that as my stop though, because what's a yellow, green, white? I only see a green MA. That's a 21 EMA. Oh, gotcha, Trail Daddy. Okay, good. Glad I was able to get that answered for you. All right, picked up a long right there at the blue line. Just wanted a little scalp on that one. So a little scalpy scalp. I have no idea how much I made on that. Just a small little scalpy scalp trade. Yeah, the yellow, you asked something about yellow. That's just a trend line. That's not a moving average. That's just a hand drawn in trend line. And the white line up there just is the high of the day. That's just the platform automatically puts that number in there for me. I could see another long taking place around here if we get a little bit, some more little hammer candles. I could see potentially being interested in hopping in along there. Hey, if you're enjoying the stream, make sure you hit that like button. Would love to get up to 100 likes before the 1 hour streaming mark. So we got about 16 minutes to try to push this to get 22 likes. If you're not aware of how the stream works, the stream is a function of your interest levels. So as long as I know people are interested, I will keep streaming. Last week, did several over 4 hours. So like I said, you hitting that like button is a very, that's not like a vanity metric. It's helping give me feedback on if people are still enjoying, if they're entertained. And again, if I know that they're still enjoying and entertained, then we'll keep the party going. What intervals do you scale down to when? Josh, it sounds to me like, correct me if I'm wrong, like you pretty much have no idea what you're doing. Which is fine. But when you're asked like, hey, how do you start to take educated guesses? Like you're the guy that was just like, hey, how to trade? Is that kind of where you're at? Pretty brand new, or are you finally just waving the white flag in your journey, which most of us have to do, and just admitting to yourself, yeah, I have no idea. Sure, I've watched a bunch of YouTube videos. Sure, I've watched a bunch of TikTok videos. Sure, I've read some blogs. Sure, I've watched some, this, that, and the other. Sure, I've read some books. Like, I really, actually, I still have no idea what I'm doing. So where are you at within that spectrum? Nice clay. Inside candle scalp. I don't know who you hang around, Nash, but yeah, man, they got you talking like you're a pretty cool guy. Inside candle scalp. Why not just call it a scalp? I know why, because that sounds really boring compared to nice inside candle scalp. Man, the futures market is filled with marketers. I tell you what, that like just make things that like, hey, I took a scalp. No, Clay, that's too boring sounding. Call it the inside candle scalp. So I'm just going to start to, yeah. My first, no, Nas, that was not an inside candle scalp. That was the iron bald eagle scalp. That's what that was, an iron bald eagle scalp. One of my favorite trades is the iron bald eagle. Not to be confused with the iron pigeon, which should not be mixed up with the iron blue jay. But also keep in mind there is the bronze cardinal too set up. That right there is a 21 EMA. Purple line is a 50 SMA. Pink line is a 200 SMA. Well, that's a good job, Josh. Sounds like you're on a good in a good spot, but not to rain on your parade either. I want to be encouraging, but I also want to be realistic. Have you ever had any of your skin in the game, Josh, in a trade? Joe Blonsey, yeah. Good. I'm glad you're very entertaining. What about the Iron Trojan Horse trade? You know, you got to be careful with the Iron Trojan Horse trade. I found way more success with the Silver Trojan Horse trade. I also do like the nickel Trojan Horse trade too. Along with I think the most powerful though is the magnesium Trojan Horse trade. The banana peel, yeah. That's what we got to do here. Like, we just need to set up our own lingo of things that have already existed since the dawn of trading and then just package it all together and start to sell it to people. Five minutes. Got a nice little setup here. So, I'm still interested more so from the long side. This longer shadow here throws a little bit off. That's what I mean, Ness. I don't know who you're hanging around with, but like the way you describe things, it's like, is all that description necessary? I don't know, maybe. But for me, I just call those things a scalp. No, I just assumed I got an edge regarding the chart, but I won't. Yeah, no, all right, Josh, that's good. So all I'm telling you is once you put once you have some of your own skin in the game, you're going to notice a bunch of voices show up that you've never met before. All of us as humans have voices that live in our head, and it's certain activities that need to be done in order to meet those activities or meet those voices. One of those activities is actually trading. I've been trading since basically 2006. Live streaming since, 4 months ago. YouTube channel since 2013. Yeah, I guess I'm a little slow to the party from having a YouTube channel to live streaming, but I guess I don't know. Maybe it was, I'm not sure why. And well, the whole live stream thing was an accident anyways. In fact, if you go back and watch the first live stream, which I don't know, should I delete this out? I'm like, I'll just leave it in there. It'll be funny to watch, just to see how it all started. But yeah, when you do, when you start trying to throw money, Josh, what's your plan? Are you going to use your money or, what are you going to trade? Hopefully your plan would be, let me put it this way. I would highly suggest that your plan would be to day trade futures in a prop firm. The core indicators that I use are just candlesticks and trend lines and moving averages. Those are the three indicators. Candlesticks, trend lines, and moving averages. I started backtesting with the MACD. Nice, Logan. Well, yeah. If you find success using that MACD, great. Bummer. Bummer. You all heard me say it, and I'd be interested in getting along here. I did take one long for a scalp. Said I'd be interested in getting along again, but that's why talk is cheap. You heard me say it, but notice I'm not making any money from it because I didn't do anything about it. What's your take on prop firms? Oh, I'm all about prop firms. Here we preach Pam's plant, which is an argument that if you want to be a day trader, best day trading strategy, broadly speaking, out there is to day trade futures, which is what Pam's is speaking about. So Pam's is the argument for why you should day trade futures, and then plant is why you should day trade futures through the prop firm. And the main reason for that is right here, the movement. Futures, oh boy, they move. They can move great, but again, that can also go against you, so which is why you want to be in a prop firm, because with a prop firm, you have the added risk control, specifically how they allow you to protect your own money. So yes, now, as far as what prop firm, I recommend I use Take Profit Trader. So I'm not saying that all prop firms are created equal or anything like that. But yes, prop firms just generally, yeah, that's what we're all about here. Pam's plant. It makes no sense to not use a prop firm. I'll put it that way. Always futures. Good. Mostly micros to keep emotions on a low. And you recommend prop firm. Yes, I don't have to prove I can be profit. Well, yeah. Yeah, you got to prove yourself, Josh. What are you scared about proving yourself? You don't think you can prove yourself? All right. All right. We're getting a nice little. Sure. There's like a little. All right. There's a trend line that we all gonna have to have a debate with. Is it worth buying? Anyone else thinking this is a false breakout? What breakout, or did it even break? You like this breakout right there? Breakout of that, are you calling false? I'm more so wondering about that. Should I buy that, or will that be the false breakout, the fake breakout? Oh, open range breakout. Well, what range? There's like 37 different ranges. You got the 1 minute ORB, the orb. I've seen the 5-minute orb. I've seen the 15-minute orb. I've seen the 30-minute orb. So which one are you talking about, Mike? There's like I said, infinite amount of the. So you're talking the 60-minute orb. That's why that's why it's just like, I don't have anything wrong with against any of those, but don't be one of those people that's like, really, all I have to do in trading is wait for the first hour to go by, map out the high, map out the low, and then I just wait and I just buy, or I just wait and then I just short. No, I'm not saying that's what you're doing, Mike. I'm just saying, there is more. Unfortunately, trading's not quite that easy. It's about to pull back for the few tick scalpers. You think so? Yeah, easy. That's a good way to get your account banned. We had somebody show up. They're now banned from Take Profit Trader. And to their credit, they were honest with me. They're like, yeah, I got banned. And, at first I don't think they were honest, because they were talking about, well, my account got hacked and everything like that. And I'm like, dude, just be honest with me right now. Did you pay for one of those services? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, thank you for being honest. Don't do that. Those services are scams. Like, prop firms are well aware of all that stuff. They don't like that sort of stuff. So they are looking out for it. And if they figure out you're doing it, which is there's a high likelihood that they will figure it out, your account is banned. And now this poor guy, he can never use Take Profit Trader, which is really a shame, because Take Profit Trader is an amazing, amazing prop firm. I don't trade orb. It looks like liquidity grab took out. Oh, but you do trade liquidity grabs. I just call those fake breaks, but if you want to call them liquidity grabs, I do concede. Calling something a fake break versus a liquidity grab, the liquidity grab does sound a little bit better. Like I said, I really got to step up my game in terms of what I call stuff. All right. Let's all calm down here. In. Come on. Need a little bit more of a bounce than that. give him another chance here. I'm going to buy some more if it comes back. Again, I'm getting a little more aggressive. This is an account that I got just for the live stream due to my situation today with the doctor's appointment being antsy and all that sort of stuff. So this is an account that I literally don't care about. So don't mimic me with this sort of stuff, okay? Because I'm getting risky just because why not? I am looking to buy another 5. Maybe I should have brought that down a little bit more now at this point. Come on. See if it can come back up. We're going to be looking at a nice... There we go. Now push. Push. Oh, it was so close. It was looking so good. We'll see if it wants to come back up. Push up through there. Come on. This is looking great. Just give me that hammer follow through now. Okay, took off some. There we go. There we go. Nice little aggressive scalp there. Very good. Hey, can we get 9 more likes? It'd be great if we could get this up to 100 likes within the first hour. So we got basically 3 minutes to get 9 more likes. Again, I use likes to measure if people are entertained, and if people are entertained, the live stream continues. Because, I mean, to be blunt, I don't feel like wasting my time, and if people aren't entertained, well then, or finding value or, anything like that, then I'm kind of wasting my time. But if you are anything positive, make sure you hit that like button because, again, that's not a vanity metric. That's a metric that I'm using to see should I keep the party moving. Just hit crude oil for 150. Why are you trading crude? Curious, Josh. Why not just trade like MNQ or NQ, which moves so much better? Stay mad. You're welcome, stay mad. Very curious. What is your attraction to crude? When there are, I would argue, are way more smoother things out there that you could trade within the futures world. I'm not answering that question anymore, JJ Max. Feel free to go back to the beginning of the live stream because I answered it about 87 times then. Not to mention, I did also mention it on Friday's live stream at the end and Saturday's live stream. So at this point, I'm burnt out from asking, why were you late? Where were you? I already answered. iSkills, how much is trade of 8? Well, no. iSkill, if you do what I preach here, day trading futures through a prop firm, the prop firm, the way it works is this. So let's just say you want to do the 50K in purchasing power. That price right there gives you your live stream data. So you don't have to pay for live stream data. That is all included in that fee right there. 119. Not to mention the nice thing here is after you pass the test, so once you go from the test into the pro, here's the baked in goodies, is right here there's no more monthly fees. Which is why I always tell people, get through your test within a month. Because after you get through the test, you still get because in those pro accounts, you still get live data, you still get all the same stuff, but there's no more monthly fees anymore. So don't rush. But more than possible to get through these test phase. Maybe like, I've never made $3,000 before. I'm telling you, because of this fact right here, it is possible to make $3,000 in a month with futures because they move. So yes, make it your goal to get through the test within the month. Most people can do it just in a couple of weeks. But even if it takes a little more than a couple of weeks, that's fine too. Not a big deal. But just get done within a month. That way that monthly fee goes away. And then that way, which brought this all up, is that you can look and say, man, I'm getting live data and I'm not even having to pay anything extra anymore. So yes, aim to get it done within the month. I'm coming from Forex. iSkill, you will start trading futures and you're going to be like, what was I doing trading Forex? I had the same thing. I came from day trading stocks and options. And now I look back and say, what was I doing day trading that stuff? Futures just is so much better. Okay, coming down here to maybe how to play a bounce off that. Honestly, I don't know. Hey, not knowing is knowing. Yeah, just stick with, don't trade a bunch of things, Josh. Unnecessary. Focus on 1 or 2 things, 2 at most. Because that is the other nice thing about futures is you don't have to scan because the same things every single day give you multiple opportunities. Like I don't scan at all. All I do is I wake up, roll out of bed, give my wife a big old smooch, come over to my computer, and I know that I'm going to be trading NQ and MNQ. They're the same thing. MQ and MNQ for anybody that's new. So notice they're both NQ. The only difference is that 5-6 years ago, they invented the M, which is a great invention. The M just means the micro. So there's less movement. So sure, if you're right, you're not going to make as much. But the flip side is true. If you're wrong, you're not going to lose as much. But the NQ for me is plenty. Like, that's the only thing I watch ever. Okay, in there. I was a little antsy. Let's see if I can get some on the 5-minute here. Let's see if we can get... Oh, blue line is my average price. Notice how it got rejected right off of it. Come on, push up. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Oh, yeah, binary options. Definitely stay away from binary options. There we go. Another little scalp. So not bad. Up 304 now. Are you sure? I'm positive there's no fees for data. Positive there's no fees for data. Your datas are included in your monthly. Now, I don't know. Now, Leon, did you go to Tradeovate separately and start creating an account over there and paying for data through Tradeovate site itself? Done for the day. What's your opinion on one Sin City? When you say options trading, are you talking, what category are you in? Are you talking about swing trading or day trading? Because I'd be happy to give you my opinion, especially when it comes to day trading. But I don't want to answer your question incorrectly if that's not really what you meant it by or whatever. And this might be a short right here. Back test and go. Is that what's going to happen here? Keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. Maybe. Oh, no, I don't want to. No, I passed a prop firm, and for some reason my data was delayed. And no, there's something definitely off there, Leon. That's not how it works. There's something, I don't know what the thing is off, but there's definitely something that is off. Oh! I missed it. I was going to say I want to see it kind of come up to that level, maybe above, and then come back down. I'll try to catch it, and that's exactly what happened, but I missed it. Can you trade option? Why? Stop. Why do you want to easy? Why do you want to trade options? What's your talk to me? I want all your opinion. Well, day trading options makes no mathematical sense. Like, day trading options is literally the worst thing you can do. It's the epitome of working harder, not smarter. Because when you buy an option, the obvious way to make money is if it goes up. Okay, fair enough, you make money. Obvious way to lose money is if it goes down, you lose money. What happens if it goes sideways? Because that's what anything can do with a value. Anything with a value, piece of real estate, option or stock or whatever, can either go up, it can go down, or it can go sideways. And most people are going to be like, well, if it goes sideways, that's neutral because it doesn't go up, it doesn't go down. Yeah, that you would think. But in the world of options, you lose money. Why? Well, because there's this thing called theta. So in other words, of the three things that can happen within the world of options, two of those three things cause you to lose money, which means you have a 67% chance to lose money every single time you buy an option. Now, maybe you're saying, well, Clay, I make money day trading options. That's actually really impressive. All I would say to you is, imagine how much money you could have made or you would be making if you did not have to deal with theta. Imagine. And that is why futures is amazing, because right here, you get to say goodbye to theta. Sure, options are contracts, and yes, futures are contracts, but that's the big difference between the contracts. There is no theta. So as day traders, to think that you have a choice to not have to deal with theta, and then people still go and choose to deal with theta, doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any mathematical sense. That's why Pam's plan is an argument of efficiency. Nobody's saying you can't make money day trading options. What I am saying, what Pam's plan is saying, is that you are working inefficiently. You are working harder, not smarter. Because mathematically, by definition, if you can remove theta, that is a good thing as a day trader. Yeah, so that's why Sin City just are you I don't know, where do you even stand on the spectrum? Are you new to trading or what are you doing? If you're new, day trade futures. Not to mention, for the vast majority of people, the nice thing about futures market is there's zero pattern day trading rule. So that for now, Danny boy, we'll see if they show up. But I don't remember what else. Oh yeah, there's no pattern day trade rule. So if you're in the world of stocks or options, you're like, well, I have to trade these low floats, or I have to do this, or I have to do that because I don't have the 25,000, so I can't. I can't make the trades that I would like to be a day trader. Day trader being defined as being able to buy and sell as much as you want every single day. But you're not allowed to do that if you fall under the pattern day trading rule. Because with the pattern day trading rule, which states if you have $25,000 or less, then you're only allowed to have 3 day trades every 5 days. And again, a day trade being defined as buying and selling in the same day. You're only allowed to do that 3 times every 5 days. Ridiculous rule. But again, in futures, there is no rule. You can be a day trader. You can buy and sell as much as you want every single day. And you can get involved in day trading futures. So you can be a day trader futures for 105, because that's what it would cost to buy 25K in purchasing power, assuming you're going to do Pam's plan, which is the smartest way to go about it, especially as a beginner. If you're going to be like, I want to use my own money, then stay away from futures, because futures, your own money can disappear just like that. That is why the prop firm is so important, because it offers you that layer of insulation of risk. Clay said he's on the spectrum. I'm not sure what that's. I made 5K in NCAA today. Woohoo! Yeah, imagine how much more you could have made in futures, man. But congrats on the gain. Again, this is where the people that trade these stocks like to show up and flex. But this is where you never hear from those people. They buy right here, and then these moves happen, and they just get absolutely roasted. But it came back. Yeah. The habits being built from this are atrocious. If you're like, well, I still made money. Well, that tells me you held through all this. That's a terrible habit, because eventually you're going to be in a stock, and it's going to be one of these where you buy right there. Well, I'll hold because it goes back up. I'll go. It goes back up. Drops right there. It goes back up. See, it went back up. See, it's maintaining itself. Oh, new low. Well, and before you know it, you're sitting there. You're supposed to be a day trader. You haven't made a day trade in 3 months because you're holding and hoping. And then, right there, maybe it comes up here. That still doesn't get you out. Maybe that one finally does, but even that, who cares? Like, if you don't understand how, well, see, you would have still been okay. Yeah, I want you to go study the economic topic known as, as opportunity cost. Because the amount of opportunity you cost yourself holding and hoping because your ego is too big to take a loss. But yes, this will be the day where people in NCNA they'll go around, proclaim how much they made, be all excited, but you don't hear from those people in those penny stocks, dump. But not to mention, buy low, sell high. He's not even able to date. Well, I take that back. I don't know if he's got 25,000 or not in his account, but he's probably not even, he probably doesn't, so he can't even day trade the thing if he wanted. Clay, I haven't been in the chat. Do you go live in there? Do you go live? I don't know what you mean by do I go live in there. Get out before it dumps. Yeah, no, I agree. But you and I both know that's way easier said than done. But seriously, like, why, out of curiosity, why do you trade stocks like that? Like, what's the draw? Like why do you spend your time in capital? Why do you risk your capital on NCNA? Things like that. Because I guarantee I can blow your socks off right now and show you how inefficient you're being if you want to learn. I guarantee your 5K, I can make that look like nothing. I can show you how you could have made way more than that. So if you're open to learning, if you're open to stepping in an arena, that makes what you're doing right now look like peasants. Wait, what? No, did you not see NCNA? Yo, bro, look at this. What are you telling me making this sort of movement look like? Look at that move, man. From like 6 cents up. Look at that. That was huge. I know. I can show you. I can make. No. No. That's besides the point. Even the other one you showed me is still going to be garbage. So let me ask you this. How much money did you put into that trade? I'll show you. You think you making 5K is impressive. I'll show you how you're still wasting your time and being inefficient. But I got to know a couple numbers. Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, how many days did you hold for that 5K profit? Good question, Brian. OMH. Again, I'm just trying to show you that you could be doing something more efficient with your time, more efficient with your capital. Just today. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So it happened today. So how much capital did you put in it? And again, I ask all these numbers for a very specific reason. So this trend line here doing work right now. Shot up. Now, did it hit it exactly? No, it didn't hit it exactly, but I think we can all agree it got well within the vicinity before getting rejected back down. Like 3. Okay, you had 3K in. So that tells me, I mean, you had 3K at risk. Fair enough. And now usually I don't, like if he said he had 3K in Tesla, I would never say he had 3K at risk because, I mean, let's be real, Tesla's not going to drop to zero just like that. But crap like he's trading, there is a very real threat. He could get stuck in a bunch of halts. It could rug pull. So he maybe not necessarily has all 3K at risk, but I mean, he has got a lot at risk because he's playing with fire and he knows he's playing with fire. And that's fine because he's trading. He wants those big moves. So that's why I want to bring this to his attention because he wants the big moves. He's clearly okay with risk. So you have 3K, fantastic. So what you could have done is you could have come up here, day traded futures through a prop firm. So you could have, now I am talking at extremes, but I know you like the risk. So you could have come to this prop firm and you could have, instead of having to put $3,000 at risk, you could have put $252 at risk, right? Because with $252, that gives you access to $150K in purchasing power. So what does that get you? Well, that gets you a max of 15 very, very volatile contracts. Okay, so for, again, you right now, in order to make that 5K, you had to use 3,000 of your money. And quite frankly, you had to put 3,000 of your money at risk. In this situation right now, the only amount you needed is 252, and that's your ultimate risk. Because if you, if you violate the rules and you lose too much, then you don't necessarily lose. So if you were to lose 4,500, yes, you've broken the account or the rules. They're going to take the account away from you. So your consequence for losing 4,500 is not losing 4,500. It's just losing the account, which means you're out what you spent on the account, 252. But this gets you 15. Okay. So now let's take a look at NQ real quick. So, and, let's just look at, whoops. So this morning right here, because you're looking at NCNA, made a big move. So let's look at a big move on futures here. So this move went from, let's call it 785 up to, oh, there we go. That makes it 885. All right. So 100 points. So the nice thing here is that every point is worth $200. So this went $20. So this moved 100 points. Each point is worth 20. So we've got to multiply that by 20. So this movement here, 100 points, again, big movement, was worth $2,000. Now that's per contract. That's per contract, buy low, sell high. What did I just say how many did I say you could buy with that account? Do you remember? I gave you a number. That for $252, it's getting you 150K of purchasing power, which gives you access to buy, how many contracts did I say? Buy low, sell high. You remember that number? No. You're close, but no. Right here. 252 out of your pocket, not 3,000 like you had to use, would have gotten you 15. Okay? You could have gotten 15. Well, we just discovered that just one of those contracts, based on that 100-point move, is worth $2,000. So what do we have to multiply that by to figure out how much you could have made? Well, we got to multiply that by 15. So that right there, $30,000 you could have had access to. So with all due respect, I mean, congratulations on your 5K. But you talking about how you made $5,000 on it impresses nobody around here because we're futures day traders. We understand how futures move. And we really aren't impressed when you understand the idea of prop firms and how when you use a prop firm, quite literally, all you would have needed out of your pocket to make that is that $252. And again, that's all your risk too, because if you go degen mode, you're forced to trade, maybe you get rug pulled, maybe something crazy happens, and poof, well, at least you're only out $252. So that's what I mean by you're being inefficient. Again, Pam's plant is not an argument that day trading penny stocks, what you're doing, you can't make money. It's an argument of inefficiency. You're working hard, not smarter. You're taking on way more risk. Again, you needed $3,000 to make that $5,000. That $3,000 was legitimately at risk when you're trading those sorts of very volatile penny stocks. But with the prop firm, your risk was just the cost of the account, which would have been that $252. Yet with $252, you could have ultimately made the $30,000. Now, to be fair, I am also, assuming you got a 100-point move. 100-point moves, let's calm down. But let's just say that you got a 30-point move. 30-point, way more reasonable. Well, if you got 30 points and each point is worth $20, that's $600. And if you had 15 of those contracts, you got to multiply that by 15, that's still $9,000. So instead of looking at the 100-point move, we looked at 30 points, which on futures, 30 points is not a whole lot at all. I know nothing about futures, okay? You're operating under a false premise. Which is fine. We all operate under that false premise. I know nothing about futures. You already use charts to trade. Is that fair? That in your day trading, your penny stocks, you're already using charts. Is that a fair assumption on my part? Yep. Okay. So you are now 97% of the way to trading futures because futures is just charts. So for example, if you like bull flags in penny stocks, guess what? Bull flag patterns exist in futures. I love the cup and handle. Hey, good news. Cup and handles exist in futures. Okay, so all the technical patterns that you use, they exist in futures. So you're 97% of the way there. So let me teach you, and everybody else. Is anybody else here in buy and low, sell high shoes where you're very fascinated by futures, but you're like, so now I have to learn how to trade futures? Where do I learn how to trade futures? I don't know if I feel like, is that kind of your hiccup right now? Do I really want to learn? Give me a one. Give me a one in the chat box. If you're somebody that sounds like buy low, sell high, you're like, okay, but so I gotta spend time learning futures. Anybody else like that? Where that's your hiccup? I know you're open to it, but a lot of people are open to it, but then they fall down the pathway that you're in, like, but I don't know anything about futures. Now I gotta learn futures. And I'm going to prove it all right now. So assuming you already use charts to trade whatever you're currently trading, well, then you are 97% of the way there because charts work the same way in futures as they do. Actually, they work better because penny stocks charts are a little sketchy because you don't have the whole volume. But in futures, they're very liquid. So I would argue charts work way better than penny stocks or meme coins, stuff like that. But point is, you already use charts. So you're 97% of the way there. Let's go over the final 3%. Very quick lesson here. So this is the final 3% of understanding how to trade futures. So this number from here to here, if you look closely, 21,850 up to 21,860 is a difference of 10. Okay? 10 what? Well, 10 points. So the key question is, you got to ask in futures, how much is 1 point worth? And with the NQ, as we already discussed, 1 point, so 1 point equals $20, okay? So here's the question. If a trader comes and says, I bought here and then I sold here, I made 10 points. So you hear a futures trader saying, hey, I had one NQ contract and I made 10 points. How much do they make dollars and cents? Again, if 1 point is worth $20 and they made 10 points, how much do they make? If a futures trader says, Yeah, I had the NQ. I had a contract. I made 10 points. How much did they make? Mainly to buy low, sell high. I'm asking him, but I'm asking anybody else that falls in this category of being maybe a little intimidated. Like, oh, I don't know anything about futures. Let me prove it to you that futures is not hard. Yeah, very good. $200, right? Because if 1 point is worth $20 and it moved 10 points, well, 20 times 10 would be $200. Okay, so you're now 99% of the way there. Let's get over 100%. So now listen. So this is all being per contract. Now the trader says, hey, I had 3 NQ contracts and I nailed it for a 10-point scalp. Again, I had 3 NQ contracts and I nailed it for a 10-point scalp. How much did that trader make? Again, I had 3 NQ contracts and I nailed it for a 10-point scalp. How much dollars and cents did that trader make? Some of you, I swear, you're here answering these questions over and over again, yet you apparently have not. JJ Max, have you still not moved to futures? There you go. So, Miss Memoir, Lynn, buy low, sell high. I'm not sure if anybody there you go. You officially understand futures and how to calculate it. The main question is just how much is 1 point worth? There you go. But that's all it is. So you now know how to trade futures because again, 97% of it is charts, but the other 3% is just understanding how the points work. You already trade futures. Okay. So you're just participating just to participate then, Lynn. Gotcha. I appreciate that. Hey, if you are enjoying, make sure you hit that like button. Let's try to keep this party going. The more likes go up, the I'll keep streaming. The stream is a function of your interest levels. So if people are finding value, whether that's entertainment, education, just enjoying themselves, then I'll keep things moving. But I gauge that based off the like button, and if it's continuing to kind of creep upwards. Is every point worth? No, every point's worth $20. Makes calculations very easy. Each point worth $20. And that's it. And buy low, sell high, I am telling you, you will love futures given the stuff you're trading because you're clearly after volatility. And as I just kind of demonstrated, like even this movement right here, like this movement from 835 up to, about 40 points, we'll call it. I mean, 40 points. So 40 points, and let's just say, again, each one's worth 20. And if you had even, let's just say, 2 contracts, I mean, that movement right here is $1,600. And this is 2-minute time frame. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So about 12 minutes. Potential of $1,600. You trade bull and bear flags. Yeah, I like myself a bull or bear flag. I mean, that's not all I trade, but if I see one, I'm not going to turn it down. Oh, the platform I was talking about. So yes, the platform that I use is twofold. Fold number one, because you want to be day trading futures through a prop firm because futures, they move very quickly. And if you're brand new to them, they will eat your lunch just like that. So be within a prop firm so you get that insulated risk. So the prop firm that I use and recommend, you can see it at the top of the screen there, or you can just go to the pinned comment. But is this one right here. Take Profit Trader. So the first step is you got to select what purchasing power do you want. So you select what purchasing power. After you do that, the next phase will be, okay, well, what platform do you want to use? The one that I'm using and that you see is right here at Tradovate. And that's what you would select, assuming you liked what you see in this situation. Now, the key thing here is you do not need to go to Tradovate separately and set up an account. The nice thing is the prop firm does all that for you. So you get to skip that step. So they will go, they'll create the account for you, and then they'll email you and they'll let you know the information. And then after you have your login information, you just go to Tradovate at that point, get logged in, and you're good to go. So it's a twofold question. Fold number one, the prop firm I'm using is Take Profit Trader. Again, link at the top of the screen. If you want to get the discounts, get the current promotion, 30% off, and then $0 activation fee, use code CLAY. So it's, like I said, that's the first step. I'm using Take Profit Trader as the prop firm, and then the platform I'm using through the prop firm is Tradovate itself. Still watching this trend line here. So kind of just shooting the breeze with the other stuff while we wait to see if it wants to approach this trend line and maybe get a break for us. But yeah, right now kind of just waiting. Yeah, oh yeah, Ice Kill. Or Ice Kill. Yeah, you can, it's not just Trade-O-Vate. They have several platforms you can use from. Max, do you do, no, I only, Max, day trading crypto is definitely no good. Day trading crypto compared to day trading futures, crypto looks like absolute paint drying. But as far as, you might have been meaning, do I do Ethereum in terms of investing? I don't. I'm more into like stocks and real estate when it comes to my investing category. But yeah, I know a lot of people are really into cryptos when it comes to investing, which is fine. I would just say diversify. How many accounts can you copy? You can do 5. 5 take profit trader. I thought you were already in futures, Kyle. Maybe not. I'm having a hard time keeping everybody straight. So what I'm thinking right now is the purchase. Do we buy at 8 when we? Do I, because I do not have a mouse in my pocket, but do I buy at 870, anticipating the break here? I don't know. I don't have the greatest spot for my stop, but I got quite a bit of wiggle room. Yeah, you know what? Let's just try it. I'm gonna try buying there. Try to anticipate the break. Okay, I'm in. A risky trade because I have no confirmation that it actually wants to buy or break that yellow line. But I do have some wiggle room on the day, which is why I'm doing that. What's so bad about crypto day? Crypto moves like garbage compared to futures. They just move worse. They're not as liquid markets. So because they're not as liquid, they just don't move. They don't move as smooth. In fact, last week we had somebody that used to trade crypto, and they're like, "Yeah, crypto is way more choppy. It's way more bumpy." They were saying, futures just feel smoother. I'm like, yeah, no, that's the reason why you get that feeling is because they are smoother. And the reason why they are smoother is because they have more volume. Come on. Push up through that. Let's see some. Come on. At least get up there and test that yellow line. Again, I'm in at that blue line. And I really got to go pee, honestly. But bladder must hold. Oh, come on. Come back up. All right. So I took 3 out there. And I'll put my stop down here, which would still be a losing trade, but at least not as big. But like I said. There we go. So my stop is a red line. Hopefully I come back to a breakout. Am I still in? I'm still in. Maybe I should leave again. Again, this could still be a losing trade. Won't be as big because I took some profits off and I lowered my position size. Shouldn't the yellow line be slightly lower? I don't know. Should it? Should it? I don't know what you mean by slightly lower. Looks good to me. Ice skill. Very, very straightforward. That's why I recommend Take Profit Trader as a beginner. Because they have a very clean set of rules. So yes, very, very cut and dry. Especially compared to a lot of the other prop firms out there. Again, this is what comes with the territory. I never got confirmation that it actually wanted to break that trend line. So that's why I can't be shocked that I'm kind of stuck here in the chop a little bit. Yeah, I'll go right there. So that red line will be another target. If we get the breakout of the yellow line, that'll be my first target. But yeah, I'm not quite sure this one has it in it or not. So I think this will be a losing trade ultimately. But I'd be happy to be wrong. Would love to be wrong. But look at that. Again, I have not touched that yellow line, and look right where it got rejected. Right off the yellow line. The power of charts. The power of charts. Oh, got through there a little bit. Can we get some follow through? Come on. I'm buying. Again, into that blue line. Stop is here. We'll see if it wants to put, but yeah, that line is whoo. It's legit resistance. And once again, the price smacked back down from it. And not feeling so good about this one right now. This red line down here is my stop. 5 ticks and you're out. I'm very confused by one Sin City. You must already be day trading futures then. I'm not sure why were you asking about options. And I'm surviving so far, but I'm not feeling very good at all. If anything, I should probably maybe thinking about getting short here. Well, we'll see. Do I use FX real and out? Okay, so that was modest losing trade there. I don't know what FX replay is. So no, I'm pretty sure I don't, because given I don't know what that is. That FX, are you trading Forex, Joshua? I thought I recognized the name, and I didn't think you were into Forex. I thought you were doing futures. Oh, you're gonna come back up now and now break out? Oh, I got you. Gotcha. Oh, you can use it for futures? Gotcha. Yeah, just be careful about back testing. Back testing is very deceiving, because let's say whoops. So this is something to keep in mind with back testing. I'm not saying it's worthless, but you do have to keep this fact in mind. Is if you back test, so you go back and look at something and it's like, okay, there we go. Based off of 200 trades, and then you have, all these XYZ percentages, okay? All that sort of stuff. And then we're like, okay, so this setup yields, XYZ percentages. And it's like, it does, but are you going to go and take all 200 of those setups into the future? Because those percentages are coming from 200 trades. So they're coming from every time that setup shows up, you're taking it. Is that what you're going to do? Are you going to hesitate? Are you going to maybe be away from your computer and miss? Because if so, well, then in all actuality, you will not have taken 200 of those trades. Maybe you only take 50 of them. Well, now do you see a disconnect in the data? Well, these percentages were all based off of 200. They weren't based off of 50. So do you actually know what 50 is? You don't. So just keep that in mind about backtesting. Unless you plan on literally doing the same exact thing as what the backtester is doing, you're going to have apples and oranges type of results. Does that make sense, Joshua? Many people forget about that aspect. They're like, well, my backtest, how come my results aren't anywhere close to my backtest results? Well, because your backtest is literally taking the setup or is doing, whatever you're searching for, it's taking it every single time. Okay. All right, Mikey. All right, let's all just calm down. Maybe I should be buying this breakout here. Is this the true breakout where it goes, or am I about to get suckered in again? All right, I'm in. Maybe I did just get suckered in again, but we'll see. Blue line is my entry. Come on. Oh, it doesn't want to give it to me, huh? 870 is my mental stop. Clay, you don't use a stop. Yeah, I do use stops. Sometimes they're mental stops. Just because you don't see my stop doesn't mean there's a stop. If you don't know what a mental stop is, it's one that I'm keeping track of in my mind. So this is a breakout or get out. It's looking like I might need to get out. I did get... looking like I got suckered in. Nope, got to get out. All right. Okay, let me calm down. That's two losing trades in a row. Started off very hot. Very hot. Went up over 300 with all micros. Now I'm giving back basically $100. May I ask why you prefer TPT over Apex? Oh, because Take Profit Trader is just way better. Not only do they have a cleaner set of rules, their payment policy is way better. Now, I should note, to be fair, I do recommend both. So I don't have anything against Apex. I only recommend, two prop firms out there. I mainly only talk about Take Profit Trader, though, because they are good for whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. But if you are a beginner to the prop firm world, stay away from Apex. Apex, a lot of people call them a scam. They are not a scam. People just feel as though they're a scam because beginners show up and then they just get overwhelmed. So, but yes, the main thing that makes, in my opinion, Take Profit Trader the best prop firm across the board is their payment policy. So a lot of prop firms, you'll make $5,000 and then they'll say, hey, you made $5,000, but you can only request money 2 weeks from now. And then even 2 weeks from now, yeah, you made $5,000, but you're only allowed to request $2,000. Now, to be fair, you will eventually get paid. So those companies aren't scams. They'll eventually pay you. It's just kind of a bit rough around the edges. Whereas Take Profit Trader's like, okay, yeah, you made $5,000, and once you're in your pro account, yeah, you made $5,000. You can request that money anytime you want, and you can request all $5,000 of it if you want. So in Take Profit Trader, you can request money be sent to your bank account every single day if you want. Whereas Apex, others, they just don't have that flexibility. So that is why I prefer Take Profit Trader. And not to mention the rules are very clean cut. That's why I do not recommend beginners go to Apex, because you're going to get totally overwhelmed by the rules. It's going to feel like a scam. Again, it's not a scam. They're not a scam. But I do understand how beginner prop firm traders can come across as though it's a scam, because they're like, wait, what's going on? Huh? Yes, so that's a very fair question, Anthony, but that is why. I think Take Profit Trader is just the better prop firm and certainly has a better payment policy. I got a legit question. Could I run a script on Tradeovate? Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure iSkill. If you can't, just run it on. I think didn't you mention earlier you use Trader View? Just use Trading View then. You have to be in the pro account to withdraw. Yeah, you have to be in the pro account. Yeah, that's how it works. You gotta prove yourself first. So step 1 is just pass the test. What is a test? Well, it depends on what size account. So if you're doing 50K, the goal is you got to show that you can make 3,000, but you do have to manage risk, right? They don't want you losing 2,000. So that's how that works. So if I put in 500, I'll get 5. Correct. Yes, that's exactly how it works. $119 gives you 50K worth of purchasing power. Yep. What does that buy you? Well, the 50K will buy you up to 6 of the very volatile contracts or 60 of the less volatile contracts. Don't forget to mention the buffer zone. Yeah, but that's also a way to just complicate the picture quite a bit, Axel. That's why I don't really focus too much on that, because it's like, wait, what? It's just like, let's cross one bridge at a time. How much is 500? It's impossible for you to use 500. Well, let me put you could do this. For 500, you could go and buy 2 of these accounts. Because each one of these for 150K, you could get 2 of them. Because part of prop firm trading, part of prop firm trading is copy trading. So what that means, who is your name? Thanks a lot for making me now say that to refer to you. But yeah, you could buy 2 of those accounts and then you could copy them. Meaning you make one trade, but you can copy that trade to the other one. So technically speaking, you're making that one trade 2 times. Now, you can go up to 5 accounts. So you can copy trade up to 5 accounts, meaning let's say you make $500 on one trade, but if you copied it to your 4 other accounts, now you've made that $500 trade 5 different times, so you actually made $2,500. Hey, Nunvo, do you have another screen name, or is this your only name? And I know I'm mispronouncing your name. Do I have... Dude, you were like... Man, you're all over... You're asking... I'm fine. Questions are fine. But 1 minute, you're... How much is this? Now you're asking me, do I have investments in BlackRock? No. Again, that's fine. That's okay if you want to ask questions, but sometimes it's Hey, we are 4 likes away from 150. Do we got 5 more likes out there? We got to factor in the JJ effect. Could we get 5 more likes? That'd be amazing. Put this up over 500 or put this up over 150. The goal for the stream is 200. So we're getting close to the goal. So this trend line here just continues to remain relevant. You got to think one of these times it's going to release through there. I'm tempted to want to try again. So is this just my stubbornness coming to play here, or I don't know. I'm watching though. So yeah, I am. Yeah, that'd be appreciated. Ha 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 ha. Can we trade from India? You can. That's one of my favorite things about Pam's plant, is they are actually open to people in India. One of the biggest questions I've had since 2013, which is when I started the channel, is people from India, Canada, the UK, and Australia. Hey, I'd like to trade the American markets. Like, what platform or broker can I use? And there was never really a clean-cut answer. But now I can just flat out people, hey, commit to futures trading, and you can get access to the USA futures market through this prop firm because this prop firm is open. So yes, the link at the top of the screen there you see, Kumar, will take you to Take Profit Trader, which is open to people in India. Use my code CLAY, so you can get the discounts. All right, I'm in. I'm going to try again. Kumar, you were probably typing that as answer that. Go to the link that you see at the top of the screen. Sign up for that. Sign up for the prop firm there. Use code Clay at checkout. If you're just getting on the live stream, this is now my third time trying this breakout, and it keeps chopping me out. So who knows? Maybe this turns into I give back all my gains through the course of the day because this trend line just never actually breaks out. I have several accounts, Joshua. Come on. Just break, you yellow line. Blue line is my entry point. Yellow line is the trend line that I drew. Who knows how long ago? I drew that trend line very long ago. And yeah. Yeah, Nathan, I probably should be waiting for this thing to break out and show that I can actually maintain it, but I keep getting sucked in. Four pro resets? What are you doing? Wow, that's a ton of money down the drain in a hurry. Holy smokes. Assuming I read that right, that you reset your pro accounts? Do you know how many test accounts you could have bought with that money, Paulo? You went on total tilt. Sorry to hear that. That's brutal. Kumar, did you go to that link? It's all right there for you. Good grief, this thing just does not break. Okay, hey, Sin City, I don't need your armchair quarterbacking, okay? Don't fight the trend. That doesn't mean anything. That's just a broad statement. I got tilty. You think you got tilty? The trend is up. I don't know what trend you think I'm fighting. This is just a big bull pennant. Exactly, Math Ace. That's... like right here. The trend is up in my mind. I don't know what you're talking about fighting the trend. Maybe on the 15-second. That's true. Man, this trend line has eaten my lunch. Unbelievable. The day started off so good, and then this trend line showed up in my life. All right, I'm out. Then this trend line showed up in my life, and it's just literally eating all my gains. Yeah, remove this so it can go higher. Man, it's amazing how one trend line can just really rain on your parade. And I love this. This is a great looking trend line, but just third time I tried, this thing is just chopping me to pieces. And yeah, it'll probably return back up, but I will say though, one Sin City, we're not a fan of huge, broad statements like don't fight the trend. Okay, that's just a broad statement, but like what is your next trade plan? We need your entry point, your stop loss, and then your target before it gets there. I like to keep an eye on NVIDIA's price action to help me with timing. Yeah. I can see how that stuff's... You got it. See? And then it goes right back up. Bag of chips, and before you know it, it's gone, and you're like... Yeah. Well, okay, so that's where the short is. Give me a trade plan, One Sin City. Are you going to short at the trend line next time? Like, what's your trade plan? How are you going to use that? When do you go the other way? I don't know. Easy. When are you going to go the other way? What are your thoughts on that? So, okay, here's a this is probably stupid. I'm asking a bunch of not medical experts. Yeah, never mind. I'm not going to. I was going to ask. So I got blood drawn today at the doctor. But like, when is it safe for me to take this thing off? It happened probably like, I don't know, hour and a half, couple hours ago. Well, why don't you keep trading? It sounds like you're on quite the streak, One Sin City. No, and it's not a problem. You're just right now kind of armchair quarterbacking. Just on this, just so you understand, like the alerts that we like here, when people give us an entry point, a stop loss, and a target before the price gets to those levels. That's what we prefer here. As long as you're not on blood thinners, you're healed. Yeah? Okay. I swear, if this thing starts gushing blood, I guess it'll be my fault for listening to a bunch of random strangers on. That's kind of on there tight. No, I don't think that was smart. That was probably not smart. Oh, I guess I could have just done that, huh? I'm using the light from the computer screen, so I'm not trying to do anything. Yeah, all right. Looks like one of you is probably a paramedic, because it is not bleeding. How much do I bench press? Not as much as I used to be able to. I do push-ups now. Push-ups, I'm at 215 push-ups. So the way I do it is I do as many as I can, then I take a 1 minute rest. So I've worked my way up to 215. My record, like in a row, is 55. So I don't know. Is there like the equivalent that would tell you what that bench press is? But that's the best I can do. I don't bench press anymore. My shoulders are a little sketchy. I'm an old man. So I still like the 5 minute, but can't believe this, man. This day was, I mean, the day started off as good as could be. That first opening trade, but just all these. I just can't time the breakout. It just ain't working. Okay, well, send me an email. I can't do anything for you here. Maybe you already did. If you did, great. If not, let me know. Clay@claytrader.com. All right. Do you think it finally goes here? Perfect push-ups are great for doing push-ups daily. They swivel, I guess is that word. Swivel, great for shoulders and elbow pain. Yeah. Yeah, I used to do bench press, deadlifts, squats, but it started to get, like, my body was constantly achy. What happened to the entire that just popped up? I don't know what you mean by that. What happened to the entire that just popped up? Yep, I don't know what that means. Apple still dropping. Yeah, we're not really focused on stocks here. We're day trading futures. Because futures, as a former stock day trader, I can tell you futures make stocks from a day trading standpoint look like absolute paint drying. Yeah, well, yeah, what are you doing, Super Patong? Why are you still watching Spy? You got the lesson on Saturday. Why are you not day trading futures, Super Patong? With so many wicks touching your trend line, if it breaks, that's what I keep thinking. Like at some point, you gotta think this thing just releases. No, I don't trade gold. Nope. Gold is too slow and boring. A little too choppy. I like the NQ and MNQ. Yeah. Super Batang, are you even real today? Like I've asked you that question several times and you just keep talking about SPY. Are you like a bot? Are you a bot or are you a human? Uh, at this point, why not? I got to remember the whole history of this account anyways. I literally got the account for the live stream. So even if I lose it, like who cares? This was, as I talked about way back when, more so for the business aspect than anything else. Yeah, I trade futures. Awesome. But I use Apple. Ah, okay. Cool. Cool, Doc. Good. Good. When people show up like, yeah, I'm day trading NVIDIA right now. I'm like, oh, why, stop. That's such an inefficient use of your capital. I like how it's respecting the 50 period moving average, that purple line right there. So if we use that, it's kind of the bottom, you know. So here's our resistance. Here is this. Like with the wedge, it's getting tighter and tighter. I think I've seen your courses being. No. If you did, that's all a scam. They say it's my course, but then you just send them money, and it's just all that stuff is a scam. What was nourishment tea like when you're training? I'm not sure what you mean by that. What was nourishment tea? Oh, nutrition. Oh yeah, I intermittent fast. I have 2 cheat days a week where I can eat whatever I want. Everything else on my not cheat days are all just whole foods, real food. But some you work okay, good. If trendline breaks down, you'll short. No, I don't think so. Again, I'm watching the 5 and the 2, and to me this is just it's just creeping upwards. This is a nice looking pattern. It just does it ever want to go, or is it just going to continue to chop around? Oh, intermittent fasting's great. I've been doing it for like 10 years now. I think I have to. At this point, I've committed. And I do agree with, I don't remember who said it. Was it Nathan? That if this trend line breaks, you got to think it's got a very, very, again, no guarantees, but likely chances to get moving. I'm working a 9 to 5. Good. That means you got a stream of income. All right. All right, I'm in. Trying to anticipate the break. Can we finally get... Oh. I need to just wait for confirmation. Seems as though several of you went short up around that area, which is proven to be I think the proper move here. This is just so frustrating. Okay, got some more. Because this thing seemingly keeps wanting to come back up after it stops me out. So let's see if I can pick up some more instead of stopping out. Does that yield me any better results? We'll see. Yeah, this isn't the easiest. But again, That's a nice thing, even from a business standpoint, from the prop firm standpoint. I know my risk is insulated, so it makes it nicer from that standpoint. Because yeah, this isn't the easiest thing to do. What I don't understand in your logic is that you have an investment of 119 and lose 119. Correct. Correct. That you lose 119 and lose. Yeah. I mean, that's. I can answer that in a second, Larry. But I'm in the middle of a trade. Do I ever have dreams about trading? No, not really. Probably I used to, but I've been doing this for so long that this is just like part of life. Like, so it's so ingrained that I like nothing. None of this is like out of the ordinary or anything like that. Come on, give me a beautiful hammer. Better yet, just move. Just go. All right, nice hammer there. Come on. I got to remind myself, we are right in the middle of the afternoon, so like I can't be expecting this thing to behave like it is at like 10 o'clock in the morning or something like that. Still looking a 5 minute. Again, Larry, I see your question. I'll get to it. I just happen to be in the middle of a trade right now that I'd really, really like to see work out because this trend line continues to just. I mean, they are an investment in a sense because you're investing, that 119 that you could eventually turn that 119 into, let's just say, for example, $1,000 in payouts. So, which is a good return on investment. $119 to get yourself 1,000 in payouts. But I'll see what you're saying too. That's what I mean. It's like if it does break, you gotta think that it really is gonna go. It's just at this point such a big if. In for a long up to the highs. All right, Big Mike's in. Anybody with the name of Big Mike, this trade's got to work out. Like I don't see how it doesn't work. But this thing is just stuck. Okay. Come on. Come on. Come on. Push through. Look at that. Right at that yellow line again. Oh, is Trump speaking soon? I don't know. Does anybody know if Trump's speaking soon? Do we have anybody that can confirm or deny that? This is when I hate the accuracy of the tread line that I drew. Like literally right off of the tread line that I drew. Why does it have to be so accurate? Why? Some kind of roundtable discussion live? Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard anything. I'm not sure. Watching for 866.75 break and retest. Oh, gotcha. You gotta think that if this thing can get up through that yellow line, that this thing the party should really start. Come on. Come on, I can see you through it a little bit. Come on. Come on. Come back up. All right, still have 8 left. I figured I'll better take out a couple. So I still have I had 10. Oh. So it will still be a losing trade if I'm wrong, because I still do have 8 of my 10. But I thought I better just take out a couple just to maintain good habits here, because this thing is really just putzing around. And come on, just make the push. You're through. Free Willy. All right, I'm out. I can't take it anymore. It broke my spirits. It'll probably go now. We'll have a lesson in psychology. Broke my spirit. I have 0 confidence. I think this thing's going to get rejected, which means it's probably going to go. I don't even know. There's still like I don't know. It'll be a good profitable trade, but I want it because yeah, my average is way down here, so that I was still plenty in the green. But yeah, I've been. Well, you guys know I've been trying to play this trend line, and the thing, it won't release the Kraken. But yep, broke my spirits, knocked me out. I hope it collapses. That way I don't look stupid. So that's my full. But if anybody's long, I do hope it works out for you. But yeah, for my own ego's sake, I really want to see this thing go red again, just so I can say, see, this stupid thing can never break out. Call that a stop, drop, and roll trade. I call it my spirits were broken trade, so I just got out. Did I get 10 points on it? Yeah, all right, I'll take the 10 points. How long will I be streaming for? I don't know. It depends on the like button. I stream as a function of are people still interested. So I gauge people's interest level via the like button. So how long? I don't know. That depends on if the like button keeps creeping up or not. So yes, on that note, if you are enjoying and you want the party to continue, make sure you hit that like button. Not a vanity metric. I use that to measure whether people are finding value and interest in all of this. So if you are enjoying, if you're finding value, interest, education, anything positive, make sure you hit that like button. Back to the Iron Trojan Horse. Yeah, no kidding. Well, I do feel good. Like, it did pull back, but I could always try again. Maybe that's what I do. Just wait, see if it can break up through here. Is that the point that's going to release the Kraken? Is that the Kraken point? Release the Kraken. Let's try. Why not? I really do think that if this trend line breaks, like, there's got to be some built-up tension here. There's got to be some built-up tension here. So I'm going to get long at the green line. Let's see if I can get a little bit more confirmation on this. So long at the green line if it wants to push up. Come on. I was close. Okay, I'm in. Come on. Now let's see it run. Or just fill me and then go right back below. That works too. I'll take that. See, these are situations where I question, what am I doing with my life right now? Like, what am I doing? Vo, I answered at the very beginning of the podcast. Vo, are you even real? Ningjin Vo, are you real or are you a bot? Because I asked you a question earlier and you never replied. So I always get a little leery now that we've had some bots show up that like they just never reply because, well, they're not a real person, or they reply in a weird way. Yeah, do you have another name? Vo, do you have another screen name on here like X-Unk? Something like that? Trading addiction cannot be broken. No, this is not trading addiction. This is just more so. Like I said, there's also the business component to all this. I know you guys want to see trading live, so I got to make sure there's some trades. But this is also, I think, a legitimate setup too. I'm just irritated right now because like how many times could this thing come up to this trend line and then just fake break it? Like at some point, doesn't it like have to go? The answer to that would be no. Nothing ever has to happen, but so I say that sarcastically, but come on. I don't believe you. You're going to come up here and get rejected right back down. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. No, I don't believe it. No, you're just trying to toy with my emotions. You're not actually going to break out here. No, I'm okay. Vo, do you have another alias on here? See, I knew it. I knew you're just pulling my chain. Look at this. This is garbage. Weirdo. No, Vo, there was somebody last week that said they were you using another name, but I don't think I'm pretty sure they were lying. That's why I'm trying to get confirmation. Like you don't have another name, right? Okay, yeah. All right, so I was right about that other guy. They were totally lying. All right, I'm out. I'm done. I'm done with this tread line. If you guys want to try to play it again, so be it. But I'm like 1 for 5 in this thing? Yeah, I'm 1 for 5. Done with this thing. Done with it. Well, no, yes, it is choppy. Yeah. When I say dumb, I'm done with it, I mean I'm done with getting chopped to pieces. That's what I mean. Okay, you let me know when that is, Vo. You let me know when it's a clean close and retest. You let me know. Then maybe I'll follow you into the trade. So I'm very curious how you will define a clean close and retest. So keep me posted, Vo, when that happens. That tread line is murdered. That's like a meat grinder tread line. And it goes back. Of course it goes back up. That's why I'm done with it. What happened to account? I don't know. I don't know. That is that the one I passed last week? I don't remember. You ever put your headset in the right corner? Oh, I guess I could do it in the right corner, couldn't I? Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. Oh, maybe the reason for that is because the subscribe button's over there. Along with the this is not advanced. Yeah, I think that's why it's not in the right corner. Because there's a subscribe button over there, and then there's the this is not advice. Besides, but you're asking the wrong question anyway. This is all the account. This is just what you see over here is what I trade within the account. So this is MNNQ. And I have not traded any NQ today. Like I mentioned earlier, I had a doctor's appointment during the morning area, so that's why there's not even a single line right there, because I've not traded NQ. But yeah, these are not different accounts. This is different contracts within the same account. If it rejects 5 times, what do you think the 6th? I have no idea. This was rejected like 87 times. I thought it would go after time number like 11, 18th, 27th, 34th, 57th, 78th, and then that was the 97th time I tried. And that it keeps just not happening. Do you have a daily P&L? What do you mean by that, Joshua? No, I don't do price targets. I think price goals, I understand the idea, but I think price goals ultimately do more harm than good. That'd be my argument. To be fair, you thought it would go on the first try. No. Because we had these times here. So that would have technically been like try number 4. Yeah, I'm done with it. I'm done. So it's probably getting ready to explode as an FYI because I'm done with it, but I'm done with it. So you would look at it as 78 times to short scalp. Mikey, I'm just kind of being goofy around here, so I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Oh, the bot guy finally showed up. The bot attack guy. Bot attack guy, where have you been? A guy that I upset like over a week ago now. Apparently he's still offended. You think Larry's the bot attack guy? No, Larry's not the bot attack guy. Larry seems to be totally fine. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, disregard Larry. Bobby T is offended. All right. Sorry, Clay, but does TBT adjust ED from high? No. That's why I say Take Profit Trader is very beginner friendly, very clean set of rules. Like I promise, Anthony, you'll be like, wait, what's the catch? There is no catch. It's just a clean set of rules. Again, that's why I argue for. That's why I use them, because my goal here with the live stream is to promote Pam's plant. But I want I am operating under the assumption that everybody here is brand new to the prop firm world. So I want that person to have the cleanest experience possible. I don't want them to get overwhelmed. That's why I don't talk about 37 prop firms. I just say Take Profit Trader. And then once I get to the Take Profit Trader, it's a very straightforward situation. Vo, did you ever get your problems fixed or not? Are you still having issues? Percent stays the same no matter if 200 of 50. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Seems like another short here. Well, if you do, Larry, let us know where your entry point's going to be, where your stop loss is at, and where your target is. Preferably speaking, Larry, before the price gets to any of those levels. Good. Glad you had everything figured out, Vo. Do I try that for a short? Just so I can get chopped up from the downside now? So there's that trend line right there. No, there is no bot that talks. Look at the viewers. There are not 1,500 viewers here right now. There is also not all of a sudden 800 likes. Those are the bots. That is the bot attack. Like I said, I upset somebody a little over a week ago. They came here proclaiming they had a 100% win rate algo. I said, "Oh, cool. Can let's see it." So I was asking them very specific questions. They did not answer those specific questions. So eventually got to the point where I just blocked them from the channel. Then they came back and were like, well, I'll just show you the message because I know some of you are here and new, so you're not even aware of the history of it. So then they came back with a new name. And because I banned them, and then like 20 minutes later, I saw my likes spike. So then this name showed up, enjoying your likes. I will give you one chance to apologize to me for your rudeness and arrogance and make it count. And the only time I was doing the entire time was like, hey, can you actually, because he kept on talking hindsight and just talk about general levels. So I was like, no, tell us how your algo, like, where's your algo going to buy? Where would the stop loss be? Would not answering those questions. So they came back, and then they eventually told me I need to beg for forgiveness. And I was just like, okay, that account's banned. And then, yeah, ever since then, these bot attacks happen. And that's what I don't know what they think they're accomplishing. Because no, it takes all 15 seconds to report this to YouTube. YouTube's been great. They're like, hey, thanks for letting us know. We'll work on it. But yeah, unfortunately, this is just kind of the part of, this just comes with kind of what you're doing. Yeah, I don't know. I think, Ty, because they think that YouTube is going to look at my account and be like, wait a second, that account is using bots. They're trying to manipulate their own statistics, ban or strike, or try to get my channel in trouble. But like, I just report it to YouTube. So that way I'm just like, hey, got another attack. Here you go. But yes, from my understanding, it costs money to do this. So they're like so jaded that I don't know. But I don't think they have to be on the live stream in order to make it happen. I mean, I just got you recommended randomly, so yeah, like I said, I don't know what the harm is supposed to be per se, especially now that YouTube knows I'm not doing it. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting subs of it or not. Oh, I missed Oh, that's funny. You all heard me say I was talking about the short. But that's okay. That's all right. Kelly or Ice, what questions did you ask that I missed? Can you just ask them again if you don't mind? I don't feel like. Probably a small. No, the weirdest part about it was like we were talking the previous day in the YouTube comment section, and he seemed like a totally nice, normal guy. But yeah, he was not happy when I banned him. And I was like, listen, I'm banning you because you won't answer my questions. You will not tell me these 3 prices ahead of time. You will not tell me when your algo says you should buy, put the stop at, and then where your target be. Like, he wouldn't do that. He just kept talking about general levels and like making comments about long or short or don't long or don't short. It's like, well, those are just all broad statements. Like, that doesn't help anything. So yeah, and in my mind, like, an algo is, in order for an algo to operate, like, there's got to be a specific area where it gets long. It's got to have a stop loss. But yeah, it was, yeah. So he's still here now and kind of doing his thing. But that's probably a small child that is using his parents' credit. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So would you look at it as 78 times the short scalp? Yeah, I already answered that. I was just saying to Mikey, I'm just joking around. Like, I don't even know what 78 times was in reference to. I just said it randomly. So no, I'm not looking at 78 times anything. That was just me making a joke. I'm using. I am trading futures, but I use a prop firm. So I just tell everybody step one would be the prop firm itself. So what prop firm am I using? Take Profit Trader. So step one to get to my actual quote unquote setup would be to use the prop firm. So first thing, pick your purchasing power. Make sure you use code CLAY so that you get the 30% off and then the 0 activation fee. And then after that, it'll ask you what platform do you want to use. The one that you see here and that I'm using is Tradovate. So the key dynamic with Tradovate is you do not need to go to Tradovate separately and create an account or sign up or anything like that. They will take Profit Trader. The prop firm itself does all that for you, which makes it really nice because you don't have to go through the sign up process of somebody else. And then take Profit Trader. They'll get you your login information. And then at that point, you'll go to Tradovate and then just log in with that information right there. And then this is, like I said, the platform that I'm using right here. Well, you said you were asking a question. I know you were quoting. I know you were quoting Mikey, but you said that I didn't answer one of your questions. So I thought the question you want me answered was actually Mikey's question. So that's why I thought you copy and pasted that. But I must have overthought things. Okay, got long right there. Maybe we can get some sort of bounce. Come on. Give me more than a bounce than just that. Come on. There we go. Just wanted a little scalp. I need a little bit of confidence back. So got myself a little scalpy scalp. Again, I'll recap things on kind of where I'm at now because I've probably got a different group of traders here. But I had a doctor's appointment this morning, so I missed the open. So when I got back around noon, it was one of those situations where I was feeling very, very antsy because not only did I miss the morning session, which is where I do my best, but it was also a Monday doctor's appointment, meaning I have not traded since Friday. So I was extra itchy, and then there was a component about the live stream, and yeah, I do want to make live trades. So there was just me as a personal trader feeling itchy, and then there's the business component of, okay, the people want to see some live trades. So I don't want to trade any accounts that I cared about per se, which makes prop firms nice. You can have multiple accounts. So in this situation, I just got another account so that I could trade with it very, very freely. So that is why some of these trades are maybe a little bit more risky than I'd normally take. But at the fact of the matter is, I don't really care about this account. If it gets blown up, then so be it. So that's kind of the quick history of why I'm using this account. But I always do trade micros anyways in the afternoon because I'm not the greatest of an afternoon trader. Well, then why are you trading micros? Or excuse me, why are you trading in the afternoon? A more than valid question. Because the live stream has turned me into an afternoon trader. So therefore, I just factor in the fact that I'm not very good by just lowering size and then doing the micros, which makes it nice, which is a great feature of futures itself, is how they allow you to control volatilities. What time frames you're looking at? This right here is the 2-minute. Over here, I have other time frames on my other monitor, but the main one we're watching here is the 2-minute. Is Tradovate soft or Mac friendly? Yes, it is. And it is also in an internet browser. I use the desktop version, but you can get the internet browser too. The upward trend line you had got rejected several times. Were you thinking that with each retest, the likelihood of... Yeah, I figured the more it would get up there, like the better chance it had to finally break. Oh yeah, Unk. Yeah, Unk is getting banned. Hey, Vo, are you still here? Vo, are you still here? Vo, are you still here, my friend? What a nice recovery. Back to the trend line it goes, but you all know the policy here. I'm not playing it. Oh, please tell me Vo's still here. Yeah. Don't even start, King Louis. Don't even start. Don't even start with the nonsense. I don't got the energy for it today, King Louis. I just don't have it. He is back in the house. Roll out the red carpet. That served its purpose for now, so I can get rid of that. I could see a short here. Depending on how this candle finishes. It's right at the purple line, the 21 EMA. You have a trend, which we all now know is a pretty stubborn trend line right above it. So I don't know if I'm going to take a short, but I wouldn't call you crazy if you were thinking of taking a short up around that area. Hendricks, I don't know if you're serious or just trolling around, but hopefully you're just trolling around. Yeah, the fake breakout trade. Yeah. The thing that I've been doing for years, and as many traders have done, fake breakouts. Yeah, it worked out. Vo, are you still here? Because Unk is about to get the ban hammer. Do payouts work the same for Canadians? Yeah, for the most part. I mean, you need like a certain type of software to make the conversion, but yes. Oh, no, yeah. Well, yeah, you lied though, Unk. I asked if you were somebody, and you're like, yeah, I'm him. I just have multiple names. Remember saying that? No, bro. Yeah, okay. Henricks. That's cool, dude. All many of us are saying is you're just describing things that many of us have done. We just don't call it all the like hocus pocus stuff. Like again, the trade on Friday was literally a fake breakout. But I do understand a fake breakout does not sound as cool as what like some people are calling it. A question here from European Trader. All right, I bought Google stock half a year ago. My FX rate in 20 years is finally equal to my profit. Should I sell the stock or I don't know? What's your stop loss? Desi, what's your stop loss at? Henricks, all I'm saying, and what I've noticed a lot of other traders agree with, is like you just sound like a clown. I'm not saying you are a clown. I'm saying you sound like a clown. And now I get it why this certain group, because all they're doing is like describing things that have been around forever. Like King Louis, he's like, I agree. It's like, yeah. It's like, instead of just calling it a fake breakout, well, what's a liquidity sweep? This isn't that. It's like, no, it broke out. It wasn't real. It came back down, you know? So what we're saying is it makes you sound like a cult member. But right now you're like, I'm not that fan. Fine. We're just saying it makes you seem like one of their, cult members that are like running around using big words to describe like a fake breakout. Well, yeah, liquidity grab is a joke because a liquidity grab implies that there is someone or something that's going out there to grab it. It's like, no, there is no magical, mystical anything that's going out there to grab liquidity. So that's why I can't stand crap like that because it makes it seem like there's some magical, mystical, but people love a good conspiracy, right? So I get why it sells from a business marketing standpoint. When people look at, oh, there's this magical, mystical, like the stop loss hunting algo. There's no stop loss hunting algos. What are you talking about? But it does sound cool. It does sound mysterious. And then if you can say that you understand this mysterious thing, well, of course, you can sell a lot of, you can convince a lot of people. But in order to understand this thing, you've got to first create and imply that there is this thing. Where I'm like, no, it's just supply and demand. You have hundreds of thousands, millions of people around the world buying, selling, buying, selling. You have big money buying and selling, buying and selling. But like, yeah, this whole idea that there is this thing out there that goes in, no. But again, like I said, if we were trying to sell something, we'd be like, you know what? How can we sound really good? Well, let's say we understand this big magical, mystical thing in the market that grabs liquidity. Okay, if we can convince people that there's this thing that exists and that we understand this thing, cha-ching, cha-ching. So, I mean, it just bakes the business. Yeah, exactly, Nathan. Yeah, it is what it is. Like, I'm not mad about it. It's just kind of funny and frustrating. Market maker are allowed to move price to create liquidity. Yeah, but it's not like how you believe it to be. That's not how it works. Like, if you think market makers are in control of the market, that's not how it works. Again, the whole market maker thing, and this has come from somebody that started in penny stocks, where market makers are blamed for everything. Like, yes, there's a little bit of truth components to market makers. My point is these people take that truth component and then blow it way beyond what it actually is. But no, what moves the price, G. Brooks, is supply and demand. Like, for example, if you have 500K in demand here at a dollar, so there's $500,000 that want to be bought at a dollar, like, market makers are allowed to move a price. Well, they don't just get to randomly move it down to 95 cents, or they don't just get to randomly move it up to $1.05. The markets move to find supply and demand on their own. Like, that's what the market is. It's just a big auction. If nobody is willing to sell something at a dollar, then the market needs to go up to, well, where's the next seller at? Well, if the next seller is at $1.05, well, then that's where the market's going to be. But if nobody's willing to buy at $1.05 or sell at $1.05, well, then same is true with the sellers, right? If no one's willing to buy for $1, well, the seller's got to go down and find somebody that's willing to sell at, the next price, which maybe is, 97 cents. There it is. There's the break. I'm not going to do it. All I'm saying is that there is no magical, mystical thing out there. It's supply and demand. Yes, on our end, we're within the, sometimes, we're just trying to feed off of, the bigger banks or the bigger players, maybe trying to take shots at one another, stuff like that. But like, at the end of the day, like, there is no algorithm that controls the market. There is no stop loss hunting. That's just the thing that makes me. That's just purely confirmation bias. Because if anybody's traded long enough, and you're brutally honest with yourself, you'll admit, like, I've had those trades where I thought for sure I'm getting stopped out. Like, sometimes it even. Like, it's as close can be to stop me out, and it doesn't. And then, you know what? It actually turns out to be a winning trade. Like, we've all had those trades if you've traded long enough. So the question becomes, okay, well, what's up with the stop loss hunters there? Like, they were literally right there. Why did they not just take out your stop loss? Right? Like, did the algo break? Did the stop loss, like, what? But they were, like, literally right there. It would have been zero effort for the algo to be like, all right, let's get those ones too. But it's just confirmation bias. When those things happen, if your bias is stop loss hunting exists, well, then when you have those really close stop outs, but you never get stopped out, and then it works in your favor, well, you don't remember those. Your brain's going to discard those. Why? Well, because it does not convert. It does not confirm your bias. If your bias is stop loss hunting exists. But in the situations where you do get stopped out, and then it goes in your favor or something like that, you're like, oh, the stop loss hunters got me. It's like, oh no, you're just, how convenient you remember that one. Well, it makes sense because if that's your bias, you're able to confirm it. So it's just basic human psychology. But no, there's no stop loss hunters. There's no algorithm. And even the thing that moved the market, it's like people don't understand like how liquidity works. So for example, we as a group, we could go find some penny stock that has basically zero volume on it. And we could all just, let's collectively, let's buy $1 million worth of that stock. Well, you know what? We will be able to move that stock. And finally it goes. Anyways. So we go and buy $1 million. So that stock is going to boom. But we all now collectively have a problem. Why? Well, we've all bought $1 million. Or let's not even group. Let's say a guy, a market maker, whatever. A market maker buys $1 million. Well, what does that market maker now need to be concerned about? Again, he has moved the market with $1 million. So he's created a move upwards. But what does that market maker now need to be really, really focused on? He's been able to buy $1 million. What does he have to now focus on? No, Anthony. I know what you mean, but you have a typo, Anthony. But broadly correct. Well, yeah, exactly. Anthony said you need a seller to sell to. Anthony meant you need a buyer to sell to. Yeah, exactly. You now need to focus on, are there going to be any buyers? Right? You can buy anything you want. But when it comes time to sell, are you going to be able to sell? So in the penny stock example, yeah, if this market maker, he's buying $1 million worth of stock, yeah, sure, it's going up. But let's say during all this, all the hoopla and stuff he creates brings in $700K of buying. Okay, so that's great. He was able to buy $1 million and sell at $700,000. Guess what? Well, he's still now what? He's stuck in there for $300K. Like, that's what people misunderstand it, or they don't think about the flip side. It's like, okay, do you realize the amount of money and such that would need to be created for these algos to like move the market? Okay, so even if you grant that they move the market, are they going to be able to sell all that volume that was required? Like they had to deploy, XYZ hundreds of millions of dollars. Like, and they're like, oh, and then they just manipulate it back down. Do you really think you can just get out of hundreds of millions of dollars just like that in a position? So everybody always wants to focus on, oh yeah, well, they created the move. Okay, I will always concede they created, a move could have been created. Just like in our penny stock example. We could all go create a move in a penny stock. The bigger thing is, yeah, but are we going to be able to get out of it? We created the move, but like, we still got to be able to sell our position because you have to buy to create the move. But in order to profit from the move, you got to be able to have enough people to sell too. Jose, no, I didn't say I was going to be out. I just said I didn't know when I would start because I had the doctor's appointment. But hey, I'm glad you could make it. It's good to have you here, brother. I don't know. Maybe I'll try going long here. Okay, in. Come on, give me a good push. In long here, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of Trying to play ideally what is a little bit of a bull pennant here. Man, this has been a really crazy. I'm trying to think the last time I've had just a trading session like this where I started off so good. I mean, that first trade, if you're here at the beginning of the live stream, the first trade I made was a banger. It was a really good trade. Then I made a couple other good solid trades, and then from there it has just been like just the polar opposite. Like I've had a couple winning trades, but mainly I can't do anything right anymore. Trump speaking right now? Can anybody confirm that? Anthony claims that Trump is speaking right now. Is that, can we get that confirmed? Oh, by the way, welcome to Power Hour. We are going to go through Power Hour just because, like I said, I was late to the stream today because of my doctor's appointment. So usually I'd be done by now. But yeah, we're gonna go through Power Hour. Maybe I'll do this again at some point. We'll see how it goes. But Trump is speaking. All right, well, things might get a little sketchy or really good for me. And my entry point is the blue line right there. Would love to see this come up and get the bull pennant breakout. But I don't even necessarily need that to be in the green, because even if it gets, knocking on the door of the yellow line, that would still be above the blue line, which is good. I have the reverse of your trade, so let's see. All right, cheers. Let's get Jose crushed. Let's crush Jose. Because if Jose's getting crushed, that means it's breaking out. That's what I want. Jose wants me to get crushed. Fair enough. Yep, definitely at the top of this kind of channel right here. Step one for me, can it get up through this trend line? Step two will be, right up around the 877 mark, which is basically the top part of this range here. If it can get up through, let's call it 880, I could be looking real good. The power of the trend line right off of that trend line. Yeah, I agree, Jose. Trump's probably going to decide which way this goes based on what he says. So we're in Trump's hands now. This is just what I'm looking at right here. I got the put the golf hole down here for you golfers. I'm just trying to play the bull pennant pattern. Speculation on my part. I never had any confirmation that I actually wants to break out, so that's the risky nature of my part. And again, I am definitely behaving more risky than I would normally because this is an account for the reasons I've explained 400 times on the live stream. I don't feel like doing it again, but I'll just say at this point, it's okay. It makes sense for me to be extra aggressive here because if this account goes away, it is what it is. So again, wait, how does all that work in? Like I said, I don't have the brain power to want to explain that all over again, but this wants to come back down and then come back up. Would like to see it come down to that purple line again. Then I'd look to maybe potentially add in another 5. BC, are you kidding me? You got to be kidding me. Like, you're trolling me, right? Like, I kid you not, my friend. I know I recognize the name, so I know you're not a troll. But I literally just drew the pattern. Like, I could swear like 7 seconds ago. Okay, if it goes back into that green line, I'm gonna buy another 5. Right? Did I not just draw the pattern, or is that in my mind? Big Louie went short. All right. I get why people are going short. It's at the top of the range. We're thinking it could roll back over. I get that completely. Okay, picked up some more. See if we can get a push back up. Yes, iCity is under siege, and I'm not sure what that means. And that mess. Okay, got some more. Come on, let's see this thing push. I'll add some more at that green line right there, because that would imply that this thing is still showing me some strength. So you had that question on before I drew it? Oh, really? Okay, I guess I got distracted then. I look stressed out? No, I'm not. I'm kind of tired. I'm not stressed. And we're coming up on 3 hours of me talking straight. So yeah, around the 3 hour mark, usually I get a little bit more exhausted. But yes, I am mentally stressed. No, mentally exhausted. Yes, because today has been just a weird day. Started off so good, and now it's just like I can't seem to do anything quite right. But maybe I'll get paid here. Maybe I'll get paid. Yeah, it is a big battle, Louis. Yeah, we can agree on that. Downtime. Okay. Come on, push. So took off some of my position. Took off some more. Took off some more. Have 5 left. So let's see if I can get these rolling for a breakout or not. Per the normal, Seal Tree shows up downtown, and then it went straight up and made me some money. Come on, push up through there, brother. Still got 4 contracts left. Come on, release the Kraken. Now I got 3 left. The more it putzes around, the less I trust it. So I agree. Yeah, it's kind of one of these now or never things. I agree, Nathan. I'm trying to trying to be patient with it, but this whole putzing around here has got me not feeling the best. But I still do have 3 left, just in case I'm wrong and this thing really wants to go. Either way, it's been a nice, solid green trade for me. Nope, I'm out with that spike. All right, there we go. That was a good one. That was a good trade. Holy the G. Ether is going to 2,600 today. So you're all in then, Ether? You're all in? Or you're all in Holy the G? Holy thy G? How do you do this all? How do you do all this and then you're... Oh, I don't know. Because I'm a psycho. I don't know. Okay, so Holy the G is not actually like a serious trader. They're just YOLOing for the fun of it. Fair enough. Fair enough. But I will applaud the logic is consistent. They said that it will happen, therefore they're all in. So I'd also assume, and of course no stop loss because it's going to happen. Trump aide can't name one country with a U.S. trade deal. Awkward silence ensues. We will likely go down on this one. Gotcha. Yeah, well, gave that plenty of time, and as I was saying, and I agreed with Nathan, yeah, that was the time. Like, are you gonna go or you're not gonna go? And as it was putzing around, it didn't, and now it's rolled back over. So I played that one. I mean, I'm sure I won't say I played it as well as possible, but I think I played that one pretty solid. Now the question is, do you short at 860 here? So I don't know. Maybe everybody makes money. I know there's some people that were going against me on the short side, and I made money. But just because I made money on the long side doesn't mean that the shorts automatically lost, because I don't think that move was enough to probably knock them out. I mean, maybe it was, but I could see one of these situations where I went long, some people went against me, but you know they still make money even though I also made money. So. We'll have to see, though. Anybody ever seen The Greatest Showman? Great movie. Great movie. My kids have been playing the soundtrack like crazy, so I got a lot of that stuff stuck in my head right now. All right, shorts. Well, I think we might have a spotter where everybody made money. All right, sealed trades, just stop. Are you even real sealed trades? Just finished works. Thanks for keeping me entertaining. Hey, I try my best, Sam. I usually am ready to. I like to go right at the New York Exchange open, so 9:30 a.m. Clay, can you short with that? Can I short with that name with the? Oh yeah, yes. I'm sorry. Yeah. That the prop firm that gives you, yes, you can go long or short. Yep. I'm sorry, Rob. I was way overthinking that. Good job, Ty. Congrats. You're welcome. Yes, use code Clay, though. Please, if you want to support the channel, code Clay. Make sure my kids can eat. Can't remember where, but it was a while. Somebody sent me a message like, hey, Clay, use your code. Your kids can have some food. Your kids, I can't remember what it was, but like everybody started to do that. So it kind of caught fire. Now it's just like a running joke. If you're new to the channel, I have 6 kids. So if you use code Clay, that means they'll eat tonight. If you don't, it means they have to eat worms and dirt. Still have 12 contracts left from a 875 short. Good job. Congrats. I actually like these. I made money from the long side, sure. I didn't make as much as I would have been great had I gotten the break in continuation. But I still made money, and I know other people had gone against me. Wait, Seal Trade. I remember that name. I think they are just the bot. Pretty sure Seal Trades LLC is the bot. We'll see if they can say anything else, but I think I gotta ban them out. Want to say they're just the bot. I could see myself interested in a long down here around the 45 mark. I lied. Let's call it 42-ish. I could see that being an interesting area. But right now is a little bit too much of no man's land. There's really no supports here, so I can't imagine really going long. But then going short here seems a bit of a chase. So I'm gonna, this is an SOH area for me. SOH. Sit on hands. I need to also remind myself that we are in Power Hour. I've never live streamed, but usually I am taking a break because the live streams usually go 4 hours, a little bit more, but I'm done before this time. So this is where I go, like, hang with my kids, talk to my wife. I kind of just mentally decompress. So I've never been a Power Hour trader. So I gotta remind myself that I look and I say, okay, we're only at 3 hours, but I have to remember, well, I didn't get started for about an hour and 15 minutes behind when I normally do because of my doctor's appointment. So I am in territory that I normally never trade. I'm never even watching. So isn't there like the 350 algo? Like, doesn't the market tend to just go crazy at 350? I think so. But I'll be here for that. We'll be here for that because we're gonna go through the close here. But I have to tell myself that even though it just feels like a normal live stream, that we're technically in territory that. So who here usually trades Power Hour? Do we have any Power Hour traders? Let me know in the chat if you would consider yourself a Power Hour trader. My stop at 840 is not looking too hot. I don't know. I don't know what to think right now. Like I said, to me it seems kind of in no man's land. So it's just a question of seeing which way it really wants to go. I tend not to. Yeah, I'm with you there, Ty, too, yeah. Love that volatility. I don't mind trading after 3, but I avoid the 350. Yeah, somebody just remind me when it's like getting close to that 350. And apparently nobody's ever seen The Greatest Showman. One of those movies where you're like, what? A musical? I'm a guy. I gotta go eat a cheeseburger. I'm telling you, even if you're a guy, it's a good movie. You would enjoy it. Always makes for good moods for the MOC 350. Hey Clay, I was on my 8th day trading. I was up 1,700, but this morning lost 900. I'm trading on a 50K account, and my goal was 3K, and lose not more than 2K. They said that my account was discontinued. Well, I don't know, Nero. What did they say you violated? Yeah, here's my problem with you seal trades is you're just showing up and you're just saying stuff. And I recognize your name. You should know the only actually credible comment to make is if you tell us where you're getting short, where your stop loss is, and where your target is before the price gets to any of those levels. But you also said going downtown right here before it bounced up and made me a bunch of money. So I'll just ask you, are you one of those guys where had this move continued on up, would you have just disappeared? Or would you have shown up and said, hey, I said we're going downtown, but I got that one wrong? Do you think you'd showed up and fessed up if this would have happened? Or do you just disappeared? Disappeared in the mist, never to be seen again. No, Nas, there is no 30% account and take... Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Nero, are you talking about Apex stuff? That was a liquidity grab. Okay. Yes, of course. Why am I not surprised that somebody using hindsight... Well, why didn't you call a liquidity grab? Why didn't you say that there was a liquidity grab coming? Good grief. Are you one of those guys that just looks in hindsight and then comes up with a cool term? Right here, look. Hey, seal trades. Look at this draft snack right there. That was a draft snack. Uh-oh. We got a bot. Let's get that banned ASAP. Okay, copy. Got to get that term banned immediately. Come down here. All right, hopefully, if I did it right, that should be the only person that shows up. Yeah, well, what take prop, or I'm sorry, what prop firm are you using, Nero? Hey, good job, King Louie. I'm glad we could both make money on it. I like that. And the fact that it was a liquidity grab is irrelevant, sealed trades. You said it was going downtown, and then literally after you said that, it shot up. I'm also waiting for you to answer my question. Had that movement come up and kept breaking, would you have shown up and been like, hey, I got that wrong? Sorry, I said it was going downtown, but it didn't. Would you have shown up and typed that? Or would you have just disappeared? Oh, this is entering the area I was interested in for a potential long. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Come on, come down a little bit more. Nero. No, Nero. We're not asking what platform. We're asking what prop firm are you using. This always scares me. Okay, so you're just trolling. Good to know. I appreciate that at least. At least you admit you're just here to troll around. I will try to remember the name and just keep that in mind moving forward. You're using Take Profit. Was it a pro account or the test account? Skylu, have you realized that it has not retraced to the 850? That tells me something more. That tells me something more that we are taking into consideration. I'm not quite sure. Are you asking me that or are you saying that? I'm not quite sure I follow there, Skylu. Well, you're going to have to ask him why your account was discontinued. I'm not, yeah. I do agree the math doesn't work out, but there must be something else there that is some sort of missing piece to the puzzle here. Oh, Demetrius, you tried the MES today? Not a fan? I was just looking in the chat room there. Yeah, according to the numbers you've given me, I don't see anything. I don't see why. So you're just gonna have to ask them about why exactly was it discontinued. All right, I got 2 right there. I try to move it down a little bit more. Whoops. No, I'm short 50. Oh, crap. What in the world? Oh, I'm toast. How did I get short 50? This account is toasted. I don't know what I did. It was me. I was pressing buttons. I must have not. I don't know what just happened. Well, This account is probably toast. I got 50 MNQ short. Maybe it'll get down below the blue line, but I'm not feeling so great about things. This account might be roasted. Which is fine. The reason why I'm not, just because, as I mentioned earlier, this account, it's fine. It's fine if it gets roasted, but I don't even know what I did. I must have mistyped something up there, and then somehow I got short 50. So, yeah. I was trying to go long. I was originally long. Wow, this would have been a beautiful long trade. Yeah, I know. I am going to keep them. Let's see. I guess I could technically get 10 more, right? Because, yeah. So at this point, I mean, why not? If it wants to come down here, I'll add in my remaining 10. Because I can go up to 60. I have no idea. Zero idea how I just got short. Like I said, I was long 2. And then... yeah, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I would be. I would have been very nice on the long side. And that's why I'm saying I'm pretty sure this account's roasted. I guess it could come back down, but I'm not feeling totally hopeful. Well, this is exactly why I'm glad I wasn't trading with the account that I actually cared about today, because, yeah, this would have been, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I get the bear pen a little bit in my favor. What time is it? 3:20. All right, well, I don't know. Maybe at 3:30 we get some sort of quick jump to the downside. Get out. No, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to get out of break even. We'll see if we can try to get into the green. You typed 5 without back. Oh, thank you, O'Leary. There it is. There it is. O'Leary identified it. That's what I did. Hopefully I didn't come across as like blaming trade evade. I knew that it was me somewhere along the lines because I was just pressing buttons and stuff. Blue line is my average price, so come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, don't just stop right there. Don't tease like that. Oh, now you're going to go blow up my account? Come on. It will probably work out for me. I don't know. I hope so. We'll see. Or is it going to be one where it came down there, literally teased me, literally went slightly in the green, is now going to just and then roast my account? Is that how it's going to go? I guess we'll see. What does give me a little bit, like I said, I'm not, in full blown, oh, this thing is totally roasted. I do like, at least I have the tread line here. The tread line does make me feel a little bit better. But if it gets up through there, yeah, then it might be very short-lived. But so that's what happened. I forgot to backspace, and then I typed the 5. So you're saying, Demetrius, you think I got a chance to get out green on this one? Is that what you're telling me? Because of the ADD chart? Is that what you're saying? Oh, you just missed the Clown Fiesta easy. You're missing it all. Let's make sure. Okay, that should be a 10. There we go. Come on. Push down to the blue. You think oh, great. Now I'm definitely not going to win. Mikey says I have a 100% chance to win. Did you see how I got here, Jim? Did you see how this trade took place? Me and my putzing around with the keys? Come on, give me some more. Come on. Keep coming down. All right. I should be grateful. I got out green. There we go. Well, that was, so I want to go back and just, so I typed you typed 5 without backspace. See, now I'm trying to think, why did I backspace? So that all started because I didn't get my full position size. Oh, no, I know why. So, because I tried 5. So the 5 was already there. Yeah, so that would make sense. The 5 was already there. And then I must have put the 2 in there. Okay, yeah. I do like this as a long here. If I could, I mean, this is what I was originally trying to do. I don't know. Or is this maybe I should wait for this to short. This is looking kind of spicy. Look at the 5 minute. Let me cook. Let me cook. Some of you are very impatient. Hey, just let me cook, people. Look at that. Oh, boy. Anybody taking that short? I might. I already survived a kiss with I just survived a little dance with danger there. Oh, boy. Well, Joshua, again, that was not a Giga Chad move on my part. That was just a Giga Moron move because I did not mean to do that. Yeah, I think, O'Leary, you had it backwards, but you're right. That's what I did. I had the 5 already in there because I tried to start with 5. Oh, that's okay. This is what happened. I had the 5 in there because I tried 5. Then I only got 2. I got a partial of 2. So I was going to go there and change that to the 2 so I could just sell out and just take the 2 off. But like you said, then I had 52. So when I went to go short and sell, sure, I sold those 2, which is how I ended up on 50 exactly. That's what happened. Yeah, I go live every day, 11 a.m. at the very latest. Usually I'm a little early, but 11 a.m. is the very latest I'll be. So that's what happened. Oh, Larry, yup. I don't know. What are people thinking with that trend line? Is that the short right there? Nvidia's dumping right now. Huh? That's a dump? I was waiting for something like this. Like, to me, this is a dump. What are you talking about? I guess we got different definitions of dump. Oh, and anybody going to take this? Are we taking this or no? What are we going to do, chat? Come on. Are we taking this short or are we trying to play that for a bounce? What are we doing with the trend line? Talk to me, Goose. Talk to me. Talk to me, Goose. Are you going to take it short, Mikey, or are you just yapping? I only talk if you're actually like if you're going to take the trade with me. I'm not asking to hear about it some armchair quarterbacking. Are we taking this or not? I'm going to get short at 52. Okay. This one's come down here. I'm going to get short. Try to anticipate. No. Stop. Let me cook. Let's see how it behaves here. Yeah. Come up there, and then I'm going to put... Oh, I'm glad I waited for confirmation. Nope, that spike changed the risk profile too much. Seal, give us a trade plan. Or either that or change your name to Seal the Backstreet Trader. Seal Backstreet Trades, LLC. Okay, run up and short. Okay, Seal, where are you going to get short at? It did run up, but it still run up. Where are you getting short at, Seal? Come on, Seal, give us a number. I'm going to do 60 kind of, yeah. Go for it, Joshua. No, for real, Seal, where's your entry point? You said it's going to run up in short. Okay, broad statement. Let's narrow that broad statement down. It has run up, so you're right about that. But we don't like where are you getting short at? Hey, take it easy, King Louis. Of course, always watching out for him. Seal is buckled under the pressure. I think he's currently under his desk in the fetal position, rocking back and forth, sucking his thumb right now. Wait, they're not going to let me do the broad statements anymore? I got to provide actual numbers? I hope you have an EpiPen by. EpiPen goes in your thigh, Seal Trades. Seal Trades should change his name to EpiPen. EpiPen Trades. Okay, here we go. He waited long enough, so now he's going to say he got short up here. Figures. How convenient. He waited to see what happens, and then now he's going to tell us how he got short like up here. Okay, that's so great. Well, it doesn't mean you can't give us a trade plan. You're good enough to make a broad statement, so all we're asking is to take that broad statement and make it a little bit more detailed. But I will give him credit. He did not. He could have been like, I got short right here. He could have done that. He didn't. He didn't even make that claim. So we got to be fair where fairness is needed. But still, if you're going to come here and say it's going to go up and come back down, well, give us some numbers. We don't want no broad statements. I forgot about that, didn't I? I was going to... Oh, no, never mind, because it came up too much, so it spooked me away. All right, it's coming back down. I mean, at this point, with this account, I might just go for it. You know, let's try an NQ. Not 5, though. Not 5. Let's try 3. Make or break right here. Make or break. For the live stream. Okay, I'm in. For the live stream. Keep coming down. Do it. Had to hop out. The kitchen was too hot. I was starting to get cooked. I'll take the 115 though. All right, we might try again. Just because, hey, why not? If it dies, it dies. Okay, and again. Let's see some follow through here. Come on, keep falling apart. Nope. See, I keep trying. It won't give me follow through. It won't give me follow through. The little scumbag. The little scumbag won't give me any follow through. All of that. I should have just taken out all 3. That's what I get for trying to scale out. Little scumbag. Hey, holy thy G. Were you not here for one of my 18 explanations throughout the live stream of why this account, of why I have it? Were you not here for that? Same with Sam. Some of you, I swear. That's the one thing that I've learned that my wife is trying to help me with. It's like, the most annoying thing is I could explain something 437 times and then somebody shows up like literally 10 seconds later and asks the same thing. Because then I feel bad because then if I don't answer it for them, I feel like I'm hanging them like out to dry. It's like a lose-lose. Yeah, no follow through, sadly. That was You're all right. You're all right. But yes, if you scroll back, it's towards the beginning. Now, this was never the plan, but I showed up with a massive case of trigger fingers, which makes sense because I missed the morning session, which is when I normally trade, because of the doctor's appointment. And then the doctor happened to be on a Monday, too. So now I haven't traded all weekend long. And then I missed the morning session on Monday. So it was like that extra spiciness. Okay, I really don't. I'm liking how today's going, so I don't want to really give back all these now. I don't really want to lose the account. So let's just go back to. Oh, doggone it! All right, I missed that one. I was thinking short again, but well, there we go. There, you know what? You all heard it here. You all heard me talk about that trend line. Give me a day. I will come around and give trades for 2 hours. What? I've made no claims. I don't know what you're proving. All I've said is, you're hearing things that I'm not saying. Seal trades. All I've said is, your track record here is just making broad statements. And all I've said is, okay, well, anybody can make a broad statement. What I've said is, let's see. Entry point, stop loss, and target before the price gets to those levels. Those are the chef's kiss alert. Those are the chef's kiss comments. I trade regardless of account, whether it's 150K or 50K. I do both NQ and MNQ. This row right here is my NQ trades. That row right there is my MNQ trades. But this is the same account. But right there, the trend line, there it was. Trend line flush. But yeah, I've never said you're a terrible trader. So I'm not sure what you think you're proving. All I'm asking is for some detailed trades before they happen. Ooh, got the pole barn. Oh, yeah. All right, what do people think? We'll get some, I don't know, maybe there's some. So here's the quick recap. We bought farmland here in Iowa. We're going to eventually build our house there, but we're starting with the pole barn. So the guy just sent the pole barn rendering. So let's see. And then this is what it'll look like on the front. We got any builders here? So this part right here is going to be like a kitchen where I can like process the deer, process any of the game we get. I don't think that door is going to work there though. I guess depending on the distance. But anyways, there's the pole barn. All right, got 5 minutes before the Elgo, huh? All right, got to remember to not be in during the Elgo. Sometimes you have to build up the callus on the back of your hands, then start throwing. Yeah, maybe I'll just get, okay. A little too slow. I wanted to buy at that overnight high area. We'll see if it comes back down. Gonna try a long at the green line there if it wants to come back up. Again, trying to go long there at the green line if it wants to come back up. I might hold into the algo, but I guess we'll just see what happens if that does play out. But oh yeah, I've heard about the algo. If it dies, it dies. Do you like the buy high, sell low strategy? Yeah, yep. It's my favorite. What about you, Hendrix? You a fan of that one too, or what? Or do you like the snapping turtle soup strategy? Or no, that's not it. Isn't it turtle turd soup? Isn't that the setup? Turtle turd soup? In. Oh, look, another broad statement. In hindsight. I mean, it would have been great if you could have told me that was going to be a bull trap before it happened. I mean, that would have been play. But like just commenting on it in hindsight, what good does that do anybody? Yep, was just looking at it, period. We'll give you some thoughts very soon. So will I be able to tell when it's 350? I swear, you guys better not be letting me down. You're talking up this 350 thing. It better deliver. What time is it for me? 2:50 Central Time. Oh yeah! Dun, 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 dun. Look at that bull trap. That definitely was a bull trap, Seal Trades, wasn't it? The market structure is odd. You can't make this stuff up. Let me screenshot it before he deletes it. I gotta hurry. Got him. This is what I was told. The market structure is obvious. Short the run-ups. Oh, okay. Short that run-up and get roasted. Gotcha. See, that's why the broad statement traders are always like, oh, I love the chat. It's great. Hey, it happened at 3. Now, of course, if this comes back down, I'm like, well, see, I told you short that. Yeah, again, broad statements. But hey, Seal Trades, feel free to come back tomorrow and give us some numbers ahead of time. Again, we'll want your entry point, your stop loss, and your target before the price gets to any of those levels. But right now, it's not looking so good. What was so obvious would have just got you destroyed. The bull trap, I don't know. Bull trap? Okay. All right. Oh, to be fair, he didn't even try to delete the message. He just left it up there for everybody to stare at. It did, but I mean, let's also be real. That wasn't exactly like a trade. That was just a total gamble that I was willing to take just based off of the premise that I've already talked about a million times and the fact that I was already solidly green on the day. So let's not confuse that with some sort of like I knew that was happening or anything. No, that's not, none of that. I just find it comical that I was told that it was a bull trap when I got in, and then by the same guy was like, the market structure is obvious. Short the run-ups. Yeah, okay. Well, shorting that run-up would have got people absolutely destroyed. Clay, some entries are on impulse and by the time... Well, then leave those, keep yours to yourself, Ed. But some are not that. By your own mission, if some entries are like that, fine. But the ones that aren't, let us know ahead of time, Ed. Look at that bull trap. Clay's first top selling. Yeah. The chat. You gotta just love the chat sometimes. But no, there's no chef's kiss loss there, Ed. We've had it many times before where people are more than capable of showing up and giving us those 3 numbers before the price gets there. And you know what? The trades were like you're behind a little bit on the trade that you described that are impulse and like you got to move quick. That's fine, especially if you have a track record of not being an armchair quarterback, broad statement trader, hindsight trader. Like if you already have a reputation, it's like, okay, like Lobber Dobber, for example, perfect example. Like he can get away with that because he has mapped out so many trades. Many people here can get away with stuff like that because they have a track record. Where we at time-wise? Market close. Well, stock market closes in 4 minutes here. See, all right. Seal trades. We all know you're a clown now. Because notice his pure silence when it was right here. When it was right here, notice how he doesn't talk. So then again, I don't know why. He already told me that he's just a troll. So I don't know why I'm interacting. Anyways. Thank you for showing that you have no idea what you're doing. But again, shame on me. He already said he was a troll, and yet I keep interacting with him. So that's my fault. That's my fault. That's on me. Yeah, I'm liking the barn. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Yeah, so here's what it'll look like from the front. You're more than welcome to keep typing if you want still trades, but like again, to your credit, you already said you're a troll. So like I'm just gonna move on. Like I'll see your name and be like, all right, that's the troll guy. But I mean you're more than welcome to keep commenting, but so yeah, there's the front of it. So this over here is like the kitchen area. It'll be all insulated. We'll have a kitchen, like some nice there's gonna be a bathroom in there. That'll be fun. And I need one of those big things for my tractor. Then we're going to put a trampoline in there for the kids. This is, so across here is 80 feet. And then the width, so like that way, is 60. So a 60 by 80. No, not a barnuminium, just a pole barn. Only this part is what's going to be finished. Or not finished, but like insulated, heated, stuff like that. Everything else would just be for storage. We're building a house, but we want to start with the pole barn first. Yeah, 6080. Yeah, it'll be a big one. We owned a property. Well, so let me. How big is too big? Well, definitely not this one. So this was the property we had in northern Michigan that really kind of showed our family that we enjoyed the homesteading lifestyle. Let's see. Okay, so there's the whoops. There's the ones we had. So this was. All right, yeah. So that's 60 by 80. So we learned that we really like that. Okay, there it is. All right, so this one had a living compartment up here, like up in that. So that upper window was for that an apartment in it, but we don't need anything like that because our main house is going to be out there. But yeah, we did realize that we liked, that right there being 80, that right there being 60. Oh yeah, so then yeah, over here was their kitchen. Yeah. So and this was too small. The kitchen, the sink especially, like to clean up your butcher boards and stuff. That was way too small. So that'll be bigger. And then it was nice having a bathroom in there, so we're gonna have a bathroom in the new one. Yeah, exactly, Joshua. Big sink was and then yeah, this was the apartment up there I was telling you about. We never really used it for anything, but so then this was like the storage thing that we liked. We realized we really liked. That's my little toy. That's the fun stuff right there. I guess some people want their sports cars. I'm like, hand me the tractor, brother. But yeah, so see if they can show the trampoline. Where's supercar? No thanks. Right there. That's my supercar. Back behind. Where did? Oh, that was it. Oh, I was trying to grow some apple trees. Man, that was good. I wonder how those apple trees are doing. I didn't show you didn't see the trampoline in there? All right. Well, so yeah, that's more of the story. And it is 4 o'clock. So, well, that is it probably costs the same as supercar, maybe. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how much supercars cost. Honestly, I'm not into the suit. I have nothing against supercars. I'm just not a car guy, so I really have no idea how much those things cost. But this was interesting through the close. But just a couple of final things. I am offering a free webinar this Thursday. So if you're interested in learning kind of the tools I'm using, how I build consistency, how I'm managing risk, how tools should be used, how the markets should be approached, how they should not be approached, then check out this Tornado Country. I guess we haven't, maybe. So there's the free webinar. If you want to get signed up for that, that'll be this Thursday. And then again, if you want to help support the channel, whether you use Take Profit Trader or Apex, code Clay will give you the discounts at both sites. And they're always the best discounts. So the codes are, match whatever the current promotions are. But again, if you are a beginner, then definitely start with Take Profit Trader when it comes to the prop firm world. But if you're somebody that's more intermediate or advanced, or maybe you already use Apex, but you're just curious or you're interested in supporting the channel, then like I said, Code Clay works on both of those sites. But yes, whether you're beginner, intermediate, or advanced, if you have not used Take Profit Trader, definitely give them a try. By far the best payment policy, and I think they are the best prop firm broker right now in the game due to that payment policy and their clean set of rules. So that's all I have for everybody. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. And for those of you, I'll be back normal schedule tomorrow. I'll be back 11 a.m. at the very latest. So thanks for hanging out, and I'll see everybody back tomorrow.